Got a new hat today.
Hey, thank y'all for stopping by. Welcome to Capturing Convos. I'm your host, Practice Needed.
And I'm your
here with
co-host, a fancy clown. You know, we 2 seasons in. We're gonna get that right one of these days. We
Listen,
gonna work
I've
on it.
been I always get a slight pause and it's like, oh, all right, keep it going. But yeah, I see. We here now.
Yeah. Plus, you know, with me, you need more than a slight pause.
I think
But
it's just a regular drum roll. Oh, that's a sound effect we need.
yeah, we did talk about that. But
yeah,
I forget what that's called, a rim shot.
Yeah, I mean, you can write it as badumts.
Yeah, no, I'm in the right rim shot.
You just had to make it gay.
Dude, that existed before. Like, music was way before porn, I think.
I think porn inspired music.
Nah. Like porn, okay. Sex, early, you know, prehistoric. Porn? Nah, that's like literally a friggin' last 150 years conception. Unless you want to count cave paintings.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
There's that probably were cave painting porns back in the day. They sucked though.
That's a whole
it was hard to rub one out to one of those. Just bunch of it was like, yo, is these titties or
I think you're saying it wrong. I think it was oh.
That's not how they all talk, bro. They were.
You have any proof of anything other?
No, but they had written language. If they had written language, then
what if they had accents, yo? What if they had accents?
They did.
And they're grunts though, like no words, it's all grunts.
You sound like a chimp. You know that, right? And I'm not trying to be insulting. I'm just saying, monkeys communicate on that level of like grunts. So like prehistoric human beings are obviously going to be a little more sophisticated than 2026 monkeys.
What makes it obvious?
The fact that they're our ancestors. The fact that they are us.
Maybe I'm not talking about our ancestors. Maybe the people communicating don't look like us.
They were human beings nonetheless, brother. You're talking about genomes now. You're talking about species.
You're talking about Neanderthals.
No. I'm talking about humans. I'm talking about early human beings.
I'm talking about Neanderthals.
Okay. Well, I don't know what kind of language Neanderthals had. I don't know if, I think the only thing that anybody can prove about a Neanderthal is his jaw. I think that's pretty much the only thing anybody at all can definitively say about him. Besides that, yeah, I don't know what type of slang he was using out in the streets. I don't know what type of currency them boys were spending. I don't even know what type of clubs they was going to on Saturday nights.
Bro.
But if you enlighten me, I will take it and run with it.
I mean, depends. I can enlighten you, but it depends on if you want actual facts or not.
You can make some shit up. Oh, sorry for cursing. I'm going to go ahead and reveal it now in the beginning of the episode. The reason that I'm trying not to curse is actually, I enjoyed it yesterday, so now I got plenty more reasons. But my young boy, we was running in the rain. And I was like, yo, we out. And we ran in the street and a car was coming. And he saw the car later than I saw the car because I was directing us and I'm not afraid of raindrops. So I was, getting my eyes wet to direct us. But he was looking down at the ground because, raindrops still bother his little young eyeballs, right? So when he finally had saw the car that I had already saw, he was taken aback by it. And, he said, oh, shit. And then I looked at him. I ain't say a word. I just looked at him and he was like, oh my, I don't know why that happened. And he started trying to make excuses for it as if that's not who he is, right? Trying to represent to me that this is not him, right? And I stopped him right there because the one thing that I can't stand more than anything is lying. So I stopped him right there and was like, listen, brother, you don't have to represent nothing to me. Whoever you are is who you are. But just know your surroundings, know who you are around. have control over yourself. And I left it there and I never brought it up again. But then I took it seriously with myself because I never want to be a hypocrite. And I was like, well, do I have control? Am I able at this point in my life to be able to control my language? I know in a professional setting, I know I can, but can I control it? Like in a professional setting, it's not me, right? Like it's like the context is controlling it. But I want to know I can control it. So that's pretty much what made me start it. But after that, it's fun now. As far as him, he had been teasing cursing like 3 or 4 times over the like 3-day span that we were together, like almost saying it or saying it like under his breath type thing where I'm like, it's too low for me to go, what you just say? But it's also contextual and clear enough for me to say, oh yeah, he definitely just said that. You know what I mean? But yeah. So there you have it. Anyway, back to what I was going to say before though. Oh yeah, go ahead, react to that.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I believe I mostly have control over it. I never had to actually like put thought into it. I don't know if I'm enjoying the journey or antagonize the journey, but the journey is happening, so we have that happening. I know for just because like I say stuff like there we go because like I almost cuss right there, so I guess I have some control over it. But I say stuff like "oh my stars," "golly," and like over emphatic things. It's like you can clearly insert cuss word.
Yeah, like you're making an effort to not curse a lot of the time. Like to me, you never struck me as a person who has like a particularly filthy mouth.
I don't know. I feel like I teeter that line. As a parent and as a parent of teenagers, I know they cuss, but they don't cuss in front of me, and I appreciate that level of respect that I don't have to fight on.
I remember when you first told me what your favorite word was, I didn't even believe you. I was like, I don't think I've even heard you use it, bro.
Yeah, so it's a at this point it's a subconscious thing because it's not like I'm going out of my way to do it. But I don't know if I feel like I've told you this story before, but when I moved to rapping the Christian music around the time that you and I were like really getting acquainted as friends and whatnot, one of the biggest things that prompted that was the fact that I was living at my mom's house. My kids were downstairs. My music was playing out on my computer that had my music on there. I'll go upstairs to the bathroom, come back downstairs. My daughter is singing one of my songs. My daughter has to be like 3. She's under the age of 5 for sure, but I feel like she's 3 or whatever. And she goes, "Daddy, Daddy, I heard your voice come out of the stereo." Like, "Oh, really, baby? What did Daddy's voice say?" And she goes, "I'm too tipsy for this shit." And I'm just like, that's not the representation I want my child to know of my voice. Even though that song's a banger, that song was a hit, but that's not what I wanted my 3-year-old saying. Yep, and it's been different ever since.
Word, that's a hard hit. That's like getting punched in the mouth.
That's exactly what it was. It's like, yeah, I'm living it. I'm making these songs and I'm doing these things. So can I be upset with her for repeating what she heard me say? She recognized my voice. It's not like she seen me say it. She recognized my voice on the recording. And she was sure it was me without a shadow of a doubt, as she should be. It didn't matter how many doubles and reverbs and all of that other stuff that I could put on there. Didn't matter. She recognized my voice. She sang the song and she sang it accurately. She sang it to the cadence and everything. She knew it was me. And at that point in time, it was like, time to change.
Heard, word. When I talk to my young boy like an adult, so meaning that I do curse around him, but I won't be anymore. And then also, I noticed that when I was on this podcast yesterday, I was like, when I did not rely on curse words, I was able to bring a whole lot more color with my language. And I was like, that makes me a better podcaster. That makes me a better host.
Once again, I still can't decide whether I'll be antagonizing or just helping you along the way. I haven't decided. And I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a daily thing. Like every time we stream, it may not even be like for the whole stream. I mean, I might start off antagonizing and go back to supporting, and I'm just letting you know. You never know what you're going to get from me. I might say stuff to try to provoke your
I ain't tripping on it, little daddy. You do whatever make you comfortable, all right? Whatever tickles your pickle. So I'm like this, bro. I think that there's a lot of really good ideas that could be shared, and I also think that there's a lot of things that could be built up if you take the time and are intentional about that. But then I also think that you can break things down by accident. So I'm choosing not to break things down by accident. That's what I'm doing.
All right. Well, what's up, Azure Sage? How you feeling today?
What's up? It's the Sage.
Yeah, 215. He paused. I don't know if he paused me or you, but we've been paused.
Oh yeah, no, I'm paused. I'm not every day. That's cool. I'm playing it. Yeah. I'm walking on a tightrope like a true clown. Every day with this.
Oh yeah, he definitely paused you.
You wanna get back to where we left off yesterday, or you want to continue with a little bit of banter?
I don't know if you know this, but I'm already ready to kick off where we left off yesterday.
Oh, look at you. My boy's ahead of the game, like a nigga with a big head. All right.
That is also me. That is also me. That is also me. I mean,
that was a triple. That was a triple. My man got a new hat from the big hat store.
All right. Something like that. He came in from Amazon.
Word.
It's harder to see because of the light, but if you catch a glimpse, I'll lower my head.
It says, let me read it. Might be water, might be tequila. Me no sé. Me no sé.
Ah, cabrón. Okay. Where am I going to pick up from?
So yeah, where did we leave off? I think it was let me see. I know we did the photograph thing, 2018. That was something you mentioned. Take it off. God damn, you got mean spread. All hunters where I'm from is called a beanbag. We talked about that.
That's definitely one of the ones we talked about. I think it's right there, actually.
Oh, you know what? We was confused about you already 2 nickels. I know you hear me.
Yeah.
You know, I actually was thinking about that like all day today, and I still no clue.
Hey man, it be like that. You work tomorrow?
Oh yeah, you know it.
Okay. All right. So and all chick get his dick in a clean rag. Ring yeah. Ring. that boy be ringing. Catch me legendary lefty. Yeah, we already did that one because okay. Catch me legendary lefty like a photograph. Speak 1,000 words. Talk heavy. You already 2 nickels. I know you hear me. Diamonds and all the diamonds watch and shine infinitely. Yeah, that's Bobby's. That's how I feel. Pop a pill called the transformer. I can feel my body transforming.
You're far away from your mic.
Hello.
Yeah, much better. Okay, Doms and all diamonds, watch it shine infinitely. Yeah. Is he talking about women?
I don't know. That's not what we got to yesterday. Yesterday you
the watch, right?
Yeah, you was talking about the watch, but dimes and all that. Hey, add another layer to that line. Why don't you? And we still ain't figured out 2 nickels, but we sure got this one. We sure got this line.
Yeah. I also forgot a word after Bobby's. He says world. So he says that's Bobby's world. That's how I feel.
Oh, that changes that line completely.
Yeah, sorry.
So to you young folks out there, there used to be a cartoon called Bobby's World. And it was Bobby's World. Everything in his imagination happened in this show.
It was actually a dope ass show.
It was an amazing show, top tier. You should find it and watch it.
So what was crazy about that show was, okay, It was a little kid. It had a great intro song, and the little kid was voiced by Mr. Weirdo himself, Howie Mandel, Mr. Skechers.
Mm-hmm.
Howie Mandel has been out here on the scene quite recently, being a butthead, and I will just leave it at that. If you choose to look into it, that's on you. A couple of different people have put him in his place. That's fun. I think Shane Gillis was one of them. That's fun. I like to see things like that happen. I love justice. I don't talk to the popo. And the show also featured as the uncle. Like, he had his father in his life, and his father, he was voiced by his father. His father was also a character. So Howie did the voice for Bobby, did the voice for Bobby's father. And I'm about that sure he did it for the mother too. Hey, Bobby, don't you know? You know, I'm almost sure he did it for the mother too. But either way, he had his uncle. His uncle. Nobody understood Bobby. Bobby was so dejected and misunderstood and alone. He had his big brother who bullied the heck out of him. He had his father who was too busy for him. He had his mother who only thing she ever did was put spit on her hand and wipe his face off with it. And then he had one person that understood him, which was his uncle, who was voiced by John Candy, R.I.P. And I just think that was an interesting dynamic to have everybody in your family, but like really still also be dependent on that cool uncle, man. Still be dependent on that cool uncle.
Yeah, it was a amazing show to say the least. So yeah, if you get a chance, watch it. And back to these lyrics.
It's Bobby's World. How I feel. Pop a pill. Call the transformer. I can feel my body transforming. That's a pause.
Yeah, nowadays, especially nowadays. But I feel like when he wrote it, it was too, because it said 2018. So
yeah. I mean, if you,
I guess if you're not playing, you're not playing. But that's definitely possible.
Yeah, if you put your body in it, if you putting your body into something, it's probably going 9 times out of 10 be a plausible thing. But that's fine. So now he switches up the flow.
Fidel Castro. I mean, I've been told I look like Fidel Castro. Got the old.
Damn, I messed that up. I've been told I look like a young Fidel Castro. I've been told I look like a young Fidel Castro.
Got the old dirty bass Dazzy X flow.
Das Effects. I ain't know how to spell it though. I'm gonna be honest. Das Effects. You ever heard of them?
Nah.
Yeah. Me have, but me don't know.
Okay. Bumps diggity bump. Rex pocket fat Professor Clump. Is it in the past? And that's all right. Anything we got to? Well, he does look like a young Fidel Castro, especially with the Philly beard.
He does look like a young. Yes, he does look like. He's been told he looks like a young Fidel Castro. Got that old dirty bass. That's effects flow. That's crazy for Petey to say he got the old dirty bastard flow. And that's hardcore. That's real rap right there. That right there, I needed to hear that. I needed for somebody to point it out. And it makes it all the more important that Petey himself did it.
Yeah. Because it's true. And if you know anything about Old Dirty, you know he was unique and ahead of his time. I don't think any time is actually ready for ODB.
Yeah, Dirt McGirt was unconventional from day one, baby.
Yeah. Are you familiar with those guys in Coast Contra?
I've heard them, yes.
That's the closest thing we've had to ODB since ODB. I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he is from Philly.
Yeah,
so
I got one of his songs on my like list.
Yeah, so I mean, not for nothing, it seems that the closest thing to what ODB was able to bring comes from Philadelphians. That's all I wanted to point out.
I will not. Let's see. Somebody with an unconventional stop and go flow that has like flavor. Let me think. Biggie? I'm sorry. It was literally Big Pun.
I'll check back. I'll check back in tomorrow after I listen to him.
It could be argued that Dragon had a more successful career and also is kind of what we're describing than PD Crack.
More successful career, Dragon. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. I mean,
he dropped studio albums.
Wait. Let's.
I don't think PD dropped any studio albums throughout his career.
Let's finish this verse before we, because that's going to take us all the way to the end of the show if we do it this way, and then we're still not going to be finished.
All right. I mean,
hold that thought.
Food for thought.
It is something to look into. It is something to look into. Because we it's for starters, we have different views. Like we view rappers differently in general.
You and I, or people from Philly.
You and I.
Okay.
Both phrases account for you and I.
You and I.
Yeah. So all right, we did the Fidel Castro flow, the Old Dirty Bastard, Bumps Diggity Bum, X Pocket Fat.
I think that's the song they did. Like,
okay,
Bumps Diggity Bump.
Like, okay, and that's a rap. So grab a wrap and roll a blunt. She said facts. There you go. She said facts. You're right and exact. No GPS. Go help me travel through the streets, life, Matt.
I don't know what he said there. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, me neither. No GPS going.
No, but like even what I wrote is probably not what he said. It was hard for me to understand what he said there. You know how it is.
Yeah, I'm sure Matt is probably MAP, M-A-P.
You can say that. It makes sense with the bar, but it didn't sound like he said that.
GPS going to help me travel through this. Yeah.
Street life map. Let's say map. Let's go ahead and say map then.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Could be as straightforward as it looks.
It could be. I hope it is. I'm gonna go back and try it.
Yeah. Grab the gas, hit it slow, never fast. Puff the ash, then I pass. Rotate it to the left. I go to row. No, it go bro. Yeah,
row is his homie.
It go to row. That's the bro. Whether broker with a bag, no matter whether broker with a bag, no matter what, no matter who, he gonna move, and that's the rule. That's the code. Hop in the truck, but not the front. I'm in the back with something fun in my lap, and it's a fact you could get cracked. So where you from? That's it. That's the end. Let's see. Let's roll it back. I feel like he was just finishing it with some clever bars, but not too many deep bars.
This is out of sequence. I think I might have pasted this out. Well, I definitely pasted this out of sequence, but it's okay because it doesn't change how the bars go or how it flows. Whether broker with the bag. All right, wait, let me say. Hop in the truck. All right, so the song ends with that's the code. So hop in the truck, but not the front. I'm in the back with something fun in my lap. I was thinking, pause, nigga. And it's a fact. You could get cracked. So where you from? And then let's go back up. Grab the gas, hit it slow, never fast, puff the ash, then I pass. Rotate it to the left, it go to row. That's the bro. Whether broker with the bag, no matter what, no matter who, he gonna move. That's the rule. That's the code.
Ring.
Yeah.
And there we have it. That's that PD.
Ring, yeah. Catch me, legendary lefty, like a photograph. Speak 1,000 words. Talk heavy.
Talk heavy. All right. So what was we looking up next? He said Dragon and let's get that out of there.
Let me see how many monthly listeners Dragon has on Spotify.
Okay.
I was listening to Dragon like a month ago. I even liked it. I unliked it like the next day. I'm not gonna lie, but I did like it. Oh no, it's still like it's called Wave Hoppers. Dragon has nigga. Dragon. I got mad work, bro. So he dropped Opposite of H2O in 1999, which was an actual major label studio album. That John came out.
Is definitely 99 or is it 2000? Because on screen it's saying 2000.
It says January 1st, 2000.
Okay.
So if it dropped on during midnight or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
That's semantics at this point.
Right. Then he got Helen back in 2004.
Yeah.
Which I'm gonna be honest, that joint ain't got no hits off of it. I ain't heard none of them songs. And then I'm gonna go and look at your features. He got Swiss Beats. He got Ochre Boy. He got Hayes. He got
who?
Exactly. People, I can say it again, but it ain't gonna make a difference.
Okay. No. As long as we cleared that part.
Ochre Boy. I said Ochre Boy. I mean, it could be pronounced okra, but I don't think that's how you spell okra. But it could be okra. Ochre Boy, Hayes, Bar. He got Jadakiss on one track. He got Cap One. I think that dude died, by the way.
I think it's a Capone.
No. I'm not stupid. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it like that.
Yeah. I'm not he's stupid, but I think that's what he.
No, Cap One. No, Cap One. He's some dude. Like I remember his name being big. I think he actually died. I'm not sure though. And then he got TQ and Baby on another track. And I don't know if it's the same Baby, but I know TQ. Matter of fact, it is the same Baby because TQ was his R&B guy back in the day, wasn't he? You remember?
I don't remember any TQ.
Oh yeah. So Baby and TQ. No, seriously, Cash Money. DMX on Let's Get Crazy. He had Eve on another track, and then he had Aja Smith on the last track. So this was his second studio album in 2004 when he had clearly already peaked and nobody gave a hoot. And so after that, like that's two studio albums and PD doesn't have one, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I see. I pulled that up and I'm looking, and PD Crack does not have
any major releases at all. So if you think about it, right?
Independent albums, street albums, and mixtape series like the Crack Files collection throughout his career.
I'm a fan of, clearly.
Yeah.
CF5, the cocaine edition. Crack cocaine, man. That's no thing.
Let's see. What is
here, let me give you the Spotify numbers. So PD's monthly listeners on Spotify is 37K. Guess what Dragons is?
What?
Guess.
30K.
48.
48, okay. Okay.
Down bottom with Twister. I could have told you that.
With Juvenile?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. See, I would have been wrong. But I wasn't even talking about, I was thinking about Twisted Heat. But no, down bottom.
Oh no, that's my favorite Dragon song. I love that song. And
I didn't even know that was Dragon song. I wouldn't have never thought that was. I thought that was on Ride or Die, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
It is.
Yeah, it was. It was a Rough Rider song, as far as I'm concerned.
No, he's the only Rough Rider on that song.
Swiss Beats.
I mean,
Jesus.
I don't think Swiss actually puts his vocals on that song.
So what? He made the beat. He produced the song.
Right. But I'm talking. Well, I didn't.
It's already 50% before he even opens his mouth.
Yeah, no, I didn't specify. So I was speaking to rappers though. But yeah.
Sorry, I came lit tonight, bro. I've been resting all day.
Not me, but okay. And PD
I will carry you, you big heavy mother fudge. I will carry you.
No need. I'm still here. I'm still me. But one for PD is his biggest. Is that because the flip side is with Freeway? Is that why that doesn't count? Nope.
Flip side is state property.
And then Ring the Alarm was a standout track. Okay. The
I
name
don't even
switch
know how that
side.
go. I don't even know how that go.
You don't remember Ring the Alarm? I don't know the words, but I
Oh,
remember
ring
the
the
song.
alarm. When the
Yeah.
siren's blaring. Oh boy, or whatever. Yeah, I heard that recently. I've been listening to Crack Files. That's the only reason I know. But I thought,
that's
you know what's
fine.
funny? Back in the day, I confused that with Mr. and Bubonic, because on their second album, that joint was called Ring the Alarm, the second album. And there's a couple of songs on there that I really like.
I don't remember their second album at all, bro.
Nobody does. Nobody knew when it came out.
No, but
not one soul. I showed everybody that knew about it.
The sad part is I thought I was a fan.
Yeah.
And I'm finding out right now.
That they had a second album.
I thought I was a
2020
fan.
and big old 2026. He found out that Philly's Most Wanted dropped Ring the Alarm in 2020. No, not
I'm
20.
so offended.
20.
Do you see how difficult it is for me to not just type that in? It's happening.
Go ahead. 2003, I want to say. Philly's Most Wanted. No. Rap group. Yeah, there you go. Ring the alarm, brother.
Bro, I butchered that. It's two of them. It's two of them. It's twins. Two of them.
I know. It's two of them. Twins. There's always two of them. 2004, Ring the Alarm. I said 2003. I was close, though. Ring the Alarm did not have all the heavy Neptunes production, but it was still a good record, as far as I'm concerned.
Peaked at number 70 on the U.S. top R&B and hip hop.
That's bad.
From Black Thought, Marsha Ambrosius, and Ryan Toby.
Black Thought was on that album.
Yeah, that's dope as far as Philadelphia, but that's crazy. Y'all don't make similar music at all. That's like, please help me, big bro. Is what I'm reading from that.
You think so? You don't think the Roots? You don't think the Roots had like good connections in the streets?
What they got to do with what I'm saying?
Because like honestly, Bubonic and Mister, they made street music. They made street music for girls, which is crazy. That's a crazy ass mid-side. Like, will you run across the border, mama? Stick the packs in your booty, mama. Smuggle some stuff just for me. And don't snitch if you get caught. Will you run across the border? That's hard, bro. That's a hard concept, bro.
Bro, that's something. And then you go, Black. Is that what you getting from Black Thought?
Homies. Sorry,
is that what you getting from Black Thought?
All of that?
Yeah.
No, I didn't even get the Black Thought yet.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is that any of that? Is that going to be in any of your word association with Black Thought?
So yes, because Black Thought is a cultured man, cultured gentleman, cultured. Mm-hmm. So I see Black Thought being able to speak to such.
Oh subjects. No! I'm not saying he don't know about it. I'm saying he's smart
and he's knowledgeable.
Never put it on the track. I'm saying he's one of them intelligent people. I'm never going to tell on myself. I'm never putting it on the track. He's never putting it on wax. In my
pull opinion. It up. Pull up the Philly's Most Wanted song with Black Thought on it, and let's see what verse dropped. Let's see what verse Black Thought gave Philly's Most Wanted. You said what you type ablums?
Yeah, something like that.
album. You know, that's a joke I've been making since I was like 13. I can't remember. It was on some rapper's album. Ablum. Away from here. Type in away from here. Just go away from here. Lyrics. Damn, I just told you nobody heard this album before, so it might not even have the lyrics. But it being Black Thought, I would think that somebody would have done it. Away from here. You tell me to type lyrics twice and put it next to the other lyrics.
I didn't delete.
Look up. Yeah. You one of them big mouth. You one of them. See, I'm so trying to censor myself now. Can you tell? Like, that's why I'm stuttering a lot. Like every time I think of a word to say, like I got to think of another word to replace it with. Oh, they got it. Did they tell us who spit what though? They're not gonna tell us who spit what.
And this is Yeah,
The
no.
enemy. No, that's not us. That's not what we're looking. Away from here. No, you got to put the group in, bro. You got to put the group in, and you got to put Black Thought too. Well, no, you don't. Yeah, that joint is not going to be. That's not going to be on there. Dog, I don't even know what that is.
This is what
That the
Spotify.
cover?
Yeah, I'm guessing so.
It was it a single? Oh, that's they image
This is
that they
Spotify.
got. Okay, they're not gonna have the lyrics. They're not gonna have the lyrics, bro. If
I mean,
if it didn't pop up on like A to Z or whatever.
Look, this is what the internet said that they got the lyrics for it. So
Yeah, I
if
know, but
anybody got it, it's Spotify.
I know, but
But I don't know how to operate Spotify, let alone on the computer. So
yeah. I'm going to it right now just to prove to myself and you, because the thing is, like, bro, I'll be looking up these joints, so
yeah,
I'm not.
While you do that, bro, I'm going to go pay this water bill.
Word, change the game, bro.
Maybe.
All right, so they actually changed their name to Philly's Most, just for marketing reasons, sort of like PD changed his name to PD PD. And it happens, whatever. But that's why we Philly celebrities, hood movie stars, dog, these balls, man. Let it go on and on. So albums, they're featured on a lot of stuff, it seems. But I'm looking on Spotify and they don't even have this album that we're talking about, Ring the Alarm. They don't even have that. It looks like it's not even on that Spotify page because of the name change, I think. And I think Philly's Most. Yep, that is exactly it. I just found it. So Philly's Most is who dropped Ring the Alarm, which is a completely different group. I hate the music industry. I sincerely do. Love music, hate the music industry. So they dropped this album under a different group name. That's why you're not going to find it if you type in Philly's Most Wanted. You can't type in Wanted. You got to just leave it at Philly's Most. Now I'm going to click on the song that is featuring Black Thought. That's literally track 2. All right. See if they got lyrics. Hell no, they don't got no lyrics on here. All right. You back though, right?
Yeah.
All right. See if I can hear this ball. Keep it low though. Keep it real low. Okay. Okay. Here, listen. Yeah, he just spitting Black Thought stuff.
Yeah,
he's spitting his regular Black Thought stuff. He gave him exactly what Black Thought gives people. So you see, right? So the point that I was making when you went to go change the game was that Philly's Most Wanted, and I said it before I saw it on the page, but I was like, oh yeah, y'all got to remember that Philly's Most Wanted had to change their name. So this album actually dropped under Philly's Most. So just like Petey Petey or just like Petey Crack, they wasn't allowed to just walk around being who they was. They had to so this album is actually not even like, if you go to Philly's Most Wanted's page on Spotify, this album is not on there. You can't find it. You have to go to Philly's Most to find that, John, which it sucks. God, I hate the music industry. Ain't that shit crazy? Oh God, sorry.
What happened that they couldn't be Philly's Most Wanted? Why?
I'm not sure if it was. I think it was Virgin Records. If it wasn't Virgin Records, it was probably that same label. It's hard for me to remember because I used to keep up with like label beefs and like which labels were screwing over my favorite artists and stuff. I think if it wasn't them, it might have been the same label that the Clips had started out on, which was like Arista. No, not Arista. Maybe one of the ones with the V. Not Virgin. It was one of the ones with the V though, I think. But yeah, either way, let me see. Due to copyrights, trademark concerns, after parting ways with Atlantic, there you go, Atlantic. Atlantic owned their name. That was what it was. Atlantic owned their name. They wanted out of their deal. They said, okay, you can get out of your deal, but you can't be Philly's Most Wanted anymore in your life because we are Philly's Most Wanted. That's what Atlantic told them.
Okay.
But I think it was almost kind of genius to take a word away rather than like change it completely or rather than add a word. They just took a word away, which is like, okay, so if a boy type in Philly's Most Wanted, he's still going to catch Philly's Most, you know?
I don't think they were thinking about internet at that time.
You think they just was like, they just signed whatever they told them to sign at the time because they was, you know, like filling out paperwork type of thing?
I think it's closer to that than the thinking of SEO. SEO
Okay.
wasn't really a thing back then.
In 2004?
Yeah. So
you're wrong, but I'm not about to argue with you.
It wasn't nearly as big.
Okay, I'll agree with that. That's fine. But internet fully existed. Google was around. Yahoo was around.
Yeah. I might have described it wrong, but SEO wasn't as optimized as it is, so it wasn't.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
I wasn't trying to say it didn't exist or anything like that. That's not what I was trying to allude to.
I got you. Okay, cool. Yo, so I wanted to ask you a question, a personal question. Oh, unless you got some more rap stuff you want to talk about, or Philly's Most Wanted related stuff, because their album was a classic. Justin Timberlake's first album was a classic. They were a classic in the same vein. If you're gonna listen to them on the same day. Any Khalees album is also right there with those. Nah, not really, but close.
And there you have your fancy picks for the day.
Yeah. Because those is all the early Neptunes things. So yeah, new segment. You know how when we was young, right? When we was kids, you couldn't just watch, because I was looking for a movie to watch earlier, and I was like looking at just the entire glut of options and choices that I had. And I was overwhelmed by it. And you know what I did? I curled up into a little ball.
Took a nap.
And I went to sleep.
Yeah.
That was what all these just a pure glut of options forced me into. So guess what happened? It made me think. It made me think about when I was a boy. When I was a boy, you know, we had 3 tapes. VHS. We had 3 tapes. And then my pop, he had a collection though. His was different. Like my pop, when he was with my stepmom, they had like a library, right? But it was all my pop stuff. Like he traveled with his library because he was like a DJ. He traveled with his records. He traveled with his library, right? But at my crib, when it wasn't, my pop wasn't there, it was just me and my mom and my sister. Bro, we probably had we had 3 tapes. Then that expanded to about 8 tapes. And then maybe about a good 12 tapes. But like, you know, all of them ain't in your heart the same way. So yeah, your experience, was that anything like mine, or can you relate or no?
I can relate to some degree. So at home, we didn't really have too many tapes, but at my aunt's house, she had all of the tapes. So
all the tapes. She had a Disney section.
Yeah, like so it's like I didn't have it at home, but at my aunt's house, I used to go over there and watch All Dogs Go to Heaven. All Dogs Go to Heaven was my godmom house. At my aunt's house, it was a Goofy movie, and I used to watch that on repeat. Like every time I went over there, that's what I watched.
So yo, you gotta understand, bro. Like the times are so different. You had to go to a loved one's home. You had to go and visit a loved one to have access to this form of media that touched you so deeply in your heart. And you had to rewind it to the beginning.
And it's to the point that every time you went there, you would watch it.
Yeah.
You've seen it before.
You locked in,
watch it again.
Yeah, because it's association, man. You're like, hey, I think Godmom, all dogs go to heaven. I think I 101 Dalmatians.
39. Yes. and like I did used to go over Godmom's house and everything. Everything was cool. Everything on the up and whatnot. Well into like preteens and stuff. Like my godmom was not a member of my family. It was like somebody close to the family. So it's not the same as going to my aunt's house.
Mm-hmm. You gotta make an effort.
Yeah, but going to my aunt's house, of course I was going to my
You're
aunt's
gonna
house
end
all
up
the way.
over there regularly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the kids, because of mom.
I used to be over there for whatever reason, because like I was a kid. I ain't know why I was over there. Maybe they wanted me there. Maybe parents need help. I actually don't know. What I do know is I was watching all the kids' movies, and I was the reason that they had kids' movies, because they didn't have any of their own. So they was my movies at their house, and I loved it.
It's kind of like it's both ours. I'm gonna just keep it over at my house, though.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. But as far as I mean, for me, it make no difference, because like, all right, well, I know it's there when I get there.
Yo, that's what's crazy. That's actually privileged. Like that's spoiled. Like that. When we was young, spoiled meant something. It meant something specific. Like that's approaching that level. Like I remember my mom used to say I was spoiled because my aunt would take me to get Rita's every day after school with the pretzel, and she would get me a quart every day. And she was like, "You getting spoiled?" And I'm like, "You might be right." Because if I don't get this joint, I'm gonna probably throw a tantrum.
So I was never the tantrum kid, and even worse, my mom always challenged me to use my words and stuff like that. So once they started calling me spoiled, I had to find out what that meant, right?
You had to disprove it.
I'm like, no, not necessarily disprove it. It's like, first, I need to find out if I'm spoiled, so I need to understand what it means, right? So then I gather all of their definitions and whatnot, and like, so I get to understand it. Understanding is someone rewarded with something that they didn't actually earn just because they asked, or they didn't do anything warranting their reward. It's that was one of those things.
Oh, you serious about this? You really telling you teaching me something right now?
Yeah, I guess, I don't know. This is what I uncovered from talking to a whole bunch of people, because spoiled in the dictionary was rotten. It was past its expiration date. But and as a colloquialism, it's someone who got something that they did not deserve, right? And because I felt some type of way about it, because like I was my dad's youngest child, and my dad did for me. He did for my siblings too, but it's like they weren't his children, so it's like, of course, I got more attention, etc. Right? So my dad made sure if I asked for it, I could have it, right? But the only thing he asked for me is to keep my grades right. So, I'm or no, you didn't go to school, so I can't say but so
you're studious.
Fun fact: I have I had what was borderline a photographic memory. So whether I learned it or not, like I actually did learn a lot of the stuff, but that didn't matter. I could memorize it. Like if teacher put it, hey, this is on the test, boom, I just read it and I know it for when I see it on the test. This is how you respond to it. So,
okay, so you was freaking Rain Man.
I guess I don't want to take that far either.
No, you was far either. Yeah.
But I will say I've always been a really good test taker, for that reason. So when the test would come by, I'm always passing or whatever, because like I would just retain the memory, the information long enough to take the test, and then move on. So I didn't suffer from bad grades, and I'm like, if I'm delivering the deliverables, like this is what he asked for, this is what I was told I needed to do to obtain what I want. And it's not like I was asking for something every day and he was getting me something every day.
No, somebody told me a long time ago, it's like, look, your job is not to put bacon on the table. Your job is not to keep the lights on. Your job is to bring home A's.
Yeah. And I that was really instilled in me. So I did that. And I'm like, how are you calling me spoiled for doing what you told me to do?
I'm killing it. I got a job. I'm killing it. Like I have one job. And guess what? You never had to bring up my part. When it came down to me doing my part in this household, you ain't never had to bring it up.
And then I got another funny story in relation to this, right? It was about third grade. Mom asked me, No, I left my books at school or whatever because, like, big book bag, heavy, blah blah blah. Mom said, if you get anything less than 100, I'm gonna whoop you behind. I shrugged it off, like whatever. But she's dead serious. She's dead serious. Like she's ready. Like belt is waiting at home the next day for whenever that test come home. The belt just sitting there ready. I got 100. I got 100.
Yeah,
she was mad.
But not only that, like when she said get 100, you was like, oh, I was probably going to do that anyway, but now I'm definitely doing that shit. How dare you challenge me?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm like, of course I'm getting 100. Like,
I know that energy.
I'm trying to watch cartoons while
why are you even bringing it up right now?
Why?
The test ain't even until Friday.
Yeah, like what are you even doing here? What is happening here? Why are we having this conversation?
Like, you could have waited to the commercial. You could have had some courtesy.
Yeah, just got me here. Where's your and it was a spelling test. Like,
dude, I got that.
I've never struggled in that,
bro. Like, because you right there. I know.
What I get on the test last week?
Like 100. They only asking me 10 questions. I'm getting them all right.
It's a book, right? They show us the book. We get to read the book before the test. What do you think I'm gonna get? Like, what have I in this particular in vocabulary?
I read the book Monday.
What have we got?
I read the book Monday. I put that shit down. Sorry for cursing. I'm gonna read the book on Thursday again. Friday gonna come. I'm gonna get on it. We gonna be good. Don't worry.
Not for nothing. This is back when we owned our workbooks. I was done everything in that workbook.
On Monday.
I went ahead. No, I'm like everything.
You talking about the school year. You talking about the school year in the first month or two. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I went ahead. There was nothing. I literally had no reason to carry this book around.
Yeah, it wasn't trying to do that at all.
Homework was done for the year, for that class, for that subject. It was done.
And that Jones to the teacher, like, yo, I know it's only like October, but if you want to grade me right now, I got it. Like, I really got it. Like, you don't got to take it page by page. We can get this over and done with because I got stuff to do.
So yeah, I remember that vividly because like I wanted to say, who are you talking to? Like, but I can't say that. I just had to say, okay.
Damn, you lighting up right now. I don't want to change subjects. Who's your favorite teacher?
I didn't have one. I did not. I've never had a favorite teacher.
You never connected any of them?
Hold on. No, I didn't. The closest thing I had to having a favorite teacher was Miss Loki, who left the school after my grade. She was the 4th grade teacher, and she was the second black teacher I had.
Nice.
But I don't actually remember anything besides she was the 4th grade teacher, and I had a lot of fun in 4th grade. I don't know.
I remember my 4th grade teacher. He wasn't my favorite though.
No, but the thing is, like, one of my best friends for life, that was the last time we had class together. He went to a different school after 4th grade. So I don't know if it was Miss Loki or the fact that was the last time me and my guy was in the same class.
That was probably just your favorite grade.
Definitely favorite grade, but like I that's what I'm saying. I don't.
So really that probably weighs your opinion a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So my question, the reason that I ended up getting into all of this was because I was starting off by saying, like, so what was the tapes that you had at the crib? Like, what was the Jones that you was dumbing out on over and over and over and over?
Bet. So are we talking about like preteen or like what age group? It doesn't matter.
I'm talking about the tapes that like you was raised on. So probably like, I don't know. Like for me, from my experience, I'm talking like 8 to 12, probably.
All right, 8 to 12 was definitely a Goofy movie. It was definitely All Dogs Go to Heaven, Aristocats. That was something I spent a lot of time watching. 101 Dalmatians. It was a dog theme for me as a child.
I see that. No, animals in general.
No. Dogs. Scooby-Doo.
Aristocats.
I know that was like the
look who's talking. Look who's talking now.
It's like one of those, like, huh? You okay? Like, yeah, no, that's a good one. 'Cause I remember the song. Everybody,
Yo, so wait, what was that dog?
everybody,
Was it Homeward Bound where the
everybody loves
animals
to
was talking?
be a cat. I did not watch that one. I watched Air Bud.
Did
Air Bud.
you watch Air Bud 3 when he was playing baseball?
No, I was, I think they was past the that
He was out
time
of the
frame.
game by then. He was out the
Yeah.
game by then. Heck, so you did have a real big dog theme. I think it seems like somebody saw dog movies and was like, "Oh yeah, he would love this."
Apparently,
That's what it sounds like.
Somebody, and it is crazy because these are across different households. So it's like they got together in the huddle, like, "Hey, you got the dog movie?
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
want them to sit still? Get a dog movie."
give him dog movies. He loves them. Yeah, just like dog treats.
I caught him reading a dog book. I think we're on to something.
Yeah,
And I had a
that's
dog.
crazy. They
I had
trained
a
you.
dog.
They trained
pretty
you.
much. Pretty much.
You said, and
Like-
you had a dog.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, no, they was trying to turn you into a certain type of person.
It wasn't my dog though. That's the fun. It was my dad's dog, but
Yeah, but you know,
he had both of us.
yeah, your dad had you and the dog, and you had the dog and your dad. Y'all had each other. The dog had you and your dad.
Yeah.
Damn, what a triangle! what a triangle!
Up until we had that dog until she had to be put down.
Word.
Yeah.
So, all right, my top 3 movies. You're gonna love this. Wayne's World.
Excellent.
Party time.
Time.
Excellent. Yeah. I watched that movie about 200-300 times, probably.
Not surprised.
Yeah. Honestly, it had a lot to do with who I became in life.
I was about to say, like, low key, it matches you now. It's just like you're definitely smarter than they were, or than they were allowed to portray.
Yeah, you know, but like guitars, Asian girls, TV shows, all of that.
Oh yeah.
All of that. Beetlejuice with Michael Keaton.
Mm-hmm.
That movie definitely solidified my love for the supernatural.
I can see that.
I'm not going to talk about that here and now, but
Maybe
it's
another
one of
day.
those. It's one of them Johns. That's one of them Johns.
One of
Lydia
them ones.
Dietz.
Ones.
5 Heartbeats is definitely one of them ones. I don't know what to say about it. Like I can say a million words about 5 Heartbeats, but I'm gonna just say 5 Heartbeats is one of them ones.
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen that movie?
I'm gonna say no because I can't remember it right now.
Oh my god, dude, that's a black staple. It's a black staple.
I'm sure
like
I was
Friday.
forced into a room where it was playing, but as far as me paying attention, I can't guarantee I did that.
Okay. Like there's a couple other Johns that you know.
Oh, which one was your fave, Candy?
You said what?
She said my fave. I'm trying to figure out which one was her favorite. But yeah, we could continue.
No, I'm actually trying to remember my third. I can't remember it though. But I know there's one in there that's like super influential for me.
You named 3.
Oh yeah. I did. I named 5 Heartbeats, but 5 Heartbeats is like that's one of the Johns. That's before that period. That's before 8 to 12. 5 Heartbeats is one of the Johns where you come downstairs and everybody just got it on every day.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like it's one of those. I'm sure I was placed where I should have seen it, but
yeah,
I had options of things to occupy my attention. It did not win. And even more so to the fact of how I am today. If I'm not really that interested, I'll just go to sleep.
Yeah. No, I was never that guy. I would watch all types of crap. I would watch everything. Anything that could be consumed, I would consume it.
Yeah, no, I ain't even need action figures. I was up there. I was one of them kids.
One time I created, my stepbrother, he kind of helped me develop it, but I created a game where I would take a piece of toilet paper roll and I would cut it about maybe that thick and make it into a rim
like a basketball rim,
Mm-hmm.
and then tape that to like the bars of my bed,
Mm-hmm.
and then tape it to whatever piece of furniture was across from my bed, and then make a court. And then I would create teams out of my toys, and then like I would get creative with the different types of teams I would have. So it would be like a I would have like a battery team, or like if my stepsister, she probably had like Polly Pockets. The Polly Pockets was lethal shooters and shit. Like them niggas was out of control.
From deep.
Yeah, exactly. And but like
Polly puts it in the pocket.
and we would play with those little bouncy balls, the little jacks balls, or the quarter balls that you can get from the machines at the supermarket. So it was like literally no like limit for how far this could go. So have a whole tournament going. What was crazy about it was like we started off and it would be like a dunk here and there, a couple dunks here and there, but like we had no self-control. We would be dunking and breaking the rim and stuff, and like we have to sit there and tape it back up and make a new joint and like literally destroy the toilet paper just so we could get another roll. But like after that, it was like, bro, we gotta stop dunking. Like, let's just start shooting. And like Bulls was really pulling up from deep and shooting them joints, like running on the floor, like and like nailing them, bro, like nailing them. So I actually got really good at like throwing shit in places. Like I'm actually like I'm pretty primo with like placement as far as projectiles go. But yeah, that shit was probably one of the sorry for cursing. That was probably one of the most like fun little times of my life where I was like having basketball tournaments with just various toys. Like all my ninjas was on one team, batteries on another team, Barbies on another team. They were super tall. They couldn't help but grab rebounds. Polly Pockets on another team. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was like, I had my GI Joes, like they was rocking. Man, it was wild. Like it was wild. Like we were really, because the beginning of every game, you know what the beginning of every game is, the most important part, picking teams. Like so we was just segregating the heck out of these toys. Yep, segregating the heck out of these toys.
So random question, related, not related. Were you playing NBA jams at this time?
Okay. So one, I forgot one team. Remember the little wrestlers that you could put your thumb up their butt?
No.
You don't remember thumb wrestlers? They were wrestling figures and they stood like they were about to ride a motorcycle and they had a hole in their back. And you could stick the hole in their back.
I'm not trying to.
No, that's why I'm explaining it. I'm not trying to tell you that you didn't. I'm not trying to tell you that you saw it and are lying about it. I'm trying to tell you what it is. So these things were everywhere back at the time. Those were really popular. They were like equivalent to like the dollar store toy or whatever. Like you could always get a Jim Duggan, you know, like Jim Duggan was all around. But yeah, them Jones, that was another team. They actually won the chip one year. But was I playing NBA Jam? Yeah, I played NBA Jam. I was playing NBA Jam at this time. Absolutely. I had a Genesis.
So what team did you use? Do you remember?
LA. Always.
Funny enough. That's cool. Because obviously Mike wasn't on the game because they couldn't afford to put Mike on the game. Had Pippen and Grant.
Mike wasn't on no games back then except for Mike versus Larry or whatever. Or But was it Mike versus Larry, or was it Magic versus Larry? I think it was Mike versus Larry.
No,
was it Magic versus Larry?
Yeah.
I think it was I don't think I remember.
Mike wasn't on no game unless
Mike wasn't on no games. Yeah, I didn't have no Mike games. There was no Mike games back then.
Yeah, that was more or less for the fans or listeners or whatever. So back then, I used to use Minnesota, the Wesley Person. He used to stay draining threes.
Yeah, no, he was somebody. Honestly, when I was playing back in the day, like not jams so much as live and all those games, I always picked either the Bullets or the Hornets, because Steve Kerr statistically was the best shooter in the league, and if he was playing for the Spurs at the time, I was getting cooked by the Spurs, and that's why I wasn't picking the Spurs. And if he was playing for the Bulls at the time, I was getting cooked by the Bulls, so I wasn't picking the Bulls. So I could only pick teams that had as lethal of shooters. And I had Tim Legler and Glenn Rice. Tim Legler was on the Bullets, Glenn Rice was on the Hornets. So that was my defense strategy, which is I'm going to find a nearly as good shooter and I'm going to play this ball. That's all. So those was my real teams on like games that I played. I played live a lot more than I played jams. Jams was all about jamming.
What about NBA Streets?
Streets is crazy. Yeah, no, Streets is crazy. Talking about Afro Thunder and all them boys and Drake. Drake was my guy. Or Blake. I think his name was Blake. Was it? No, I think it was Drake. I think it was actually Drake. I like Drake though.
Thunder is a boxer.
Okay, well, the boy with the afro that was on NBA Street, whatever his name was. I had both of the games. My parents bought me both of the games.
Okay. No,
I had all of it.
So no, I loved those games. It's I loved them. So around this time frame, early on it was Portland for Rasheed Wallace. I had to get to Philadelphia on my team. But then like as I was developing, also she went to Gratz and my brother went to Gratz at the same time. So it was like that was just like a pretty cool thing or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then as I'm developing my own likes and whatnot, Dirk Nowitzki, Steve Nash, Mike Finley. That was my team for NBA Streets.
Mike Finley, I love that dude.
So yeah, Dallas was like for a long time it was Dallas. And she and Dirk was close to the same height. She way more physical, but it was like similar play styles for that time frame, besides like, when she got more physical. So it was like I don't know. I felt like that was just something worth mentioning. It's like I had a great time using Dallas as a young boy, and then like around 99, 2000, I was using the Sixers, using the Magic, T-Mac, AI. Wasn't a big Kobe fan growing up. I don't even know if I respected Kobe growing up because I ain't know no better. As I got older, I understood like he was him, but like at that time, I don't know. It was like no, because I remember being heartbroken when the Lakers beat the Sixers in 2001. The last game, it was like right after I graduated from 8th grade, and my family took me to Dave and Buster's with another family, my homie Ray. Not the one you're thinking of, a different Ray. We all go to Dave and Buster's because he graduated with me and whatnot. And I remember watching it in Dave and Buster's, and that was the night Ori hit the shot, which I feel like was after the buzzer. But I mean, no matter what I feel like, because the shot counted. That was the night Ori hit the shot, and I was just really upset. We had won the previous game, but then that game we lost, and I feel like that really changed the tides of that series, and everything else is history at that point.
Word. I think I was a real big Kings guy around that time with
Weber,
Peja Stojakovic.
Peja, yeah.
Divox. I was a Bloody Divox fan from back in the day because of the Hornets. Hornets ended up trading. Okay. Sorry for cursing. Hornets ended up trading for Kobe. So Peja ended up leaving. Or sorry. Vladi ended up leaving Charlotte / Lakers to Charlotte. Crazy connection. But then I tried to follow him there, and then he ended up over in the Kings and put me on to Peja. I did not care about the Sixers. Actually, to be fair with you, I wasn't even living in Philadelphia from like 95 to like 98, maybe 99. I'm not even sure. So I didn't have any Sixers pride or anything like that. Now, I had AI pride. I had Allen Iverson pride. And that was because, well, I knew somewhere in my heart, I knew somewhere in my heart I was from Philly, So when we got him, and then they got Kobe, and it was like, all right, it's on and cracking now. Like it was that was actually a good year for basketball or whatever.
Absolutely.
Allen Iverson took a little bit of time to develop, but I remember watching him crack Jordan over the head a couple of times. And I was like, yeah, this is real basketball now. So I watched that happen in North Carolina. So when I came back to Philly, I was like, yeah, no, AI, my guy. Like, nah, I was watching from afar. Like, you know how hard it was to catch a fucking, sorry for cursing. You know how hard it was to catch a Sixers game in North Carolina, bro? Like,
I can imagine.
Bro, and I was watching faithful basketball back then. Like I was watching every team because I was investing in Charlotte. We wasn't about to win nothing, so I'm watching Jamal Mashburn. I'm watching Eddie Jones. I'm watching.
Charlotte was decent. I mean, you're right.
I mean, it was decent, but we wasn't about to win nothing.
Yeah, he was right in that part. But
yeah, I was watching.
I definitely remember playing against Charlotte in my video games, and like all-star games having Charlotte players on the all-star teams and stuff.
Dog, my favorite players back then was like, as I just told you, lethal shooters like Glenn Rice, Tim Legler. I was in love with Dan Marley, Detlef Shrimp, Sam Perkins. Anybody who could shoot that John, bro. Anybody who could really shoot that John, bro. Peja Stojakovic, as mentioned.
Yeah, Peja was like that.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. I like Vladi.
Andre Kirilenko.
Yeah. Arvidas Sabonis. I liked his game. Yeah, the original, right?
Yeah.
I liked his game.
I'm laughing because I'm like, yeah. The timing, I don't know if it's literal, but the timing wise is like, oh, this nigga rapped my face about Sabonis.
What is that? Pause?
No. I was just thinking about like how we have one now and how we had one when I was a child.
Oh yeah. You know that's the son, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just never been able to say the R of the part.
Ah, okay.
But I've never been able to say the other part of the name. So it's just like, yeah, same thing, different year.
Word. I was a huge Orlando Magic fan.
Same. I feel like
Penny and Shaq. Before I left Philly, I was a Penny and Shaq kid.
Yeah, I have a
and don't get me wrong, Horace Grant. You can't leave Horace Grant out of it.
Not.
Oh yeah, and you can't forget D. Scott. And
who else was it? Wasn't Scott Skiles on the team too?
I don't know. That might be the one guy I forgot.
Let me see. Where's my cursor? There we go.
Dang, who would have thought I'd be able to name that lineup? But yeah, Penny, Shaq, Scott can shoot that thing too. Remember? You remember Scott used to throw that thing up? 3D? They say 3D. He throw that thing up.
Oh, yeah.
That man looked like he about to launch one of the NASA missiles.
Nope, that's still too.
He about to send her over to Jupiter real quick.
Oh shit! Mike Miller was on there. Bo Outlaw, Elliot Perry, Reed.
We can't hear you.
Sorry, I was mumbling to myself. I was looking at the 2000 Magic lineup. There's Corey Alexander, John Amaechi, Darrell Armstrong, D. Brown, Andrew Brown, Michael Doliak, Pat Garrity, Grant Hill. Yeah. Troy Hudson, Tracy McGrady, Mike Miller, Bo Outlaw, Elliot Perry, Don Reed, James Robinson, Monty Williams.
Monty. Let's go.
Yeah. But that's not the year I needed to look at.
Nah, you needed like 95.
Yeah.
94, 95.
5. Yeah, this shit Anthony Penny Hardaway. Yeah, no, Raymond.
Anthony.
Yeah.
You remember the Chris Rock Little Penny commercials?
Yeah. Yeah. Because they keep coming up and whatnot. But yes, what happened? So we got Nick Anderson, Darrell Armstrong,
Okay.
Anthony Bonner, Anthony Bowles,
Yes.
Horace Grant,
Yes.
Geert Hammock. There we go. Anthony Penny Hardaway, John Conchack, Shaquille O'Neal, Donald Royal, Dennis Scott. There you go. Brian Shaw. There we go.
Brian Shaw.
Yeah. Brooks Thompson, Jeff Turner, David Vaughn, Joe Wolf.
That's what I said. I said Scott.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, okay.
I emphasized that for you.
Oh, okay. I thought you was trying to find like the fifth starter.
No. I right now I'm just going down memory lane.
Yeah. I forgot like how much I loved them dudes though. Like that was actually for my first favorite team was the Magic. Because when they drafted Shaq, my dad told me, yeah, he probably, I think he's the biggest player in the league now. And you know, as a little guy, that'll stick with you. I'm like, the biggest player in the league, you know, and I'm tiny, right? So I'm like, he's like friggin' God. Like I'm watching this dude. I'm watching this dude. And he did not disappoint me. He did not disappoint me at all. Like for real. And then at that time, that's when I got a chance to fall in love with Penny. And then I copped Live. And on Live, I was a shooter on Live. So I was like, oh, they got Scott. They got Scott on this team. I can depend on this team. And he's a tall guard. Scott drains him, and Shaq's dominant. Oh yeah, that's the life I'm all about.
All right, Scott Skiles did play for the Magic.
Crazy thing is, all right, sorry, go ahead.
Coach, no, keep going.
I was going to say crazy thing is that my favorite team though through the ages, through the time, was probably, like I said, those Bullets. They had remember Juwan Howard?
Yeah, I remember Juwan Howard.
All right, so they had Juwan Howard, bro. They had Chris Webber, bro. And they had Tim Legler, bro.
I see. All right, so Scott Skiles was on the Magic during NBA Jams. That's why I remember him on the Magic.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I had to figure that out. I'm like, I brought him up to you, but he wasn't on there with Penny and Shaq. So
okay, I got you.
Yeah. So he was part of the NBA Jams roster that I would use from time to time. Because we only had 2 players, and he was one of them.
You said we. That's commitment right there.
Yeah,
that's a big we.
The Magic, and he also played for the Pacers and the Bucks. But he was on the Bucks before I was born. Pacers basically as I was born, and then the Magic for my growing up years. Then he was on the Bullets, the Sixers. I don't know what PAOK is, but he was with them.
I'm pretty sure it's I don't know. I was gonna say international, but I'm not even sure if they used to do that back then.
They did, and I believe that's what it is. Give me a second. What is CP joining PAOK and it's I can't even pronounce the country. I'm not even bullshitting.
Can you spell it?
Yeah, I could read. I mean, I'm about to try and pronounce it. I'm just going to zoom in and make sure I can see all of these letters. Thessaloniki.
Thessalonica.
I mean, if you say so, but
What's the last letter?
I. Thessa.
What's the last letter?
Key. I. Did you hear it? Did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. I don't know where. Okay, so in the Bible, I think it might be in Greece. I think it might be in Greece.
It's right here. It's right here. There go to work.
All right, click on it. Go ahead. Do the whole thing over it again. But it's in the Bible though. Jesus wrote a letter to that place. But let me see what the like scroll like put your mouse over it so it does the thing where it tells us where it is. Second largest city in Greece. Okay, cool. It's in Greece. So it might have became Thessaloniki, but back in the day it was like Thessalonica. So there you go. Thessaloniki. Thessaloniki. Cool. But it's a city.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Shit. I'll take that job.
Yeah.
Sorry for cursing.
Bro, I'm low key pretty amused every time. Cause it's like I'm so tone deaf to it. I'm like, did he cuss? It's been so many times I'm like, he ain't cuss. But if you apologize, and clearly you did, but like in my brain, I'm like, I did not hear not one cuss word until you apologize for it. And I'm just like, I don't know. So
I mean, I'm trying to be better.
I know, and I get it. I want that for you. I absolutely want that for you. I'm just thinking it's like, damn, I did not realize the disparity between how much you do and how much I don't cuss.
Right. I told you. You're not one of those people.
But I always thought I was. Here's another funny story. For my 25th birthday, right? They threw me a surprise party. That's the year my dad passed. They threw me a surprise party, and at the surprise party that my mom organized with my kid's mom, my side joint is there because she didn't know at the time that was my side joint. So she invited my side joint to my birthday party. And she showed up to the party. So it's like, all types of rules is being broken. All types of like,
well, she was invited, for goodness sake.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever, bro. So
did she know she was a side joint? Because
yes.
if so, that falls on you.
Yes, she knew. She knew the entire situation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she shouldn't have showed up.
Yeah. Especially with her being the person inviting me. But even if it wasn't, it's just like, no, that just doesn't, a surprise party, that doesn't sound like a good idea. So at this surprise party, I walk in because this is how they got me. I was supposed to be going to play pool or something with my kid's mom, and I had to go take my mom volunteered to babysit because it's for my birthday, so it was over there. I was actually having a bad day. I had a 91 Jeep Cherokee. It broke down that day. It was I ain't had no business in that vehicle at all anyway, but it broke down that day. So I had to get my mom's car. And at that point, I didn't even want to go out no more. Like it broke down on the way to take the kids to my mom's house. And they was like, well, just get to your mom's house. You can use her car. I'm like, man, I don't even want to, let's just go home. Like, me, you, and the kids go home and watch a movie. Like, let's do that. But obviously that wasn't really an option because they done planned the surprise party and had people at my mom's house waiting for me. Right. And like, I mind you, I am completely oblivious to the fact that it's a surprise party. Like, couldn't nothing be worse. Like, I lost my dad, car fucking up. It was a whole bunch of like, woe is me going on. I didn't want nothing to do with nobody. I walk into my mother's house. Then she was like, hey, can you put this in the backyard? I already have an attitude, right? I am like legit pissed off at this point. I just want to go home. But y'all keep like, all right, we gotta do this and we gotta do this. And now you asking me to put something back here. I was legitimately pissed off, right? And I get back there and they yell, surprise! And I'm just standing there looking dumb as hell. looking dumb as hell. Like, damn, like, but also like, that brought out extreme levels of emotion because it's like all of these people came together to like surprise me and do this for me and whatnot, and like knowing I was hurting that year that they all came together for me. So it's like really, really big. So it's like it's amazing. And then in all of this endorphin release, I see my side joint. What the now I commenced to drinking because I don't know what I don't know what's about to happen. I have never ever in my life heard of people doing like having this happen, right? This is beyond me. Like, why are you here? Why are you here? And then the friends who know the side on this, why did you let her come? It's like it's so many questions I can't ask. I just gotta look at you crazy because like what? What who y'all is y'all my friends or my enemies? Like, what is happening here? How is this happening to me on my birthday? I get so wasted. That I'm cussing. That and it's the whole point of me telling this. I'm cussing crazy. Like I'm really loose lip. My family inside, my grandma is inside with my aunts and my brother and everything. My brother sends one of my friends out, I believe it was, one of my friends out to say, hey, watch your mouth. Your grandmother is in here. I immediately get, man, tell him to come say it to my face. Ain't nobody scared of him. Blah, 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 blah. I turn around talking to my friends and whatnot. By the time I turn back around, my brother is standing right there. And I was like, hey, so I'm guessing you heard what I just said. Don't take it that way. I think I can actually tone it down a little bit. You know what? You could just go back inside and it's like I'm under a lot of stress. It's things that's happening that ain't supposed to be happening. It's people in places that they ain't supposed to be. So please forgive my indiscretion. But 2 minutes ago, man, what the fuck he talking about? Man, fuck that. I beat him. Like, I'm talking crazy. And he can hear it. It's not even like he got to hear this from anybody else. He can hear me saying it. So he would have had every right to fold me like furniture, fold me like clothes, fold me like the folding chair, like, and he didn't. So I was just like, I just immediately apologized and lowered my voice. But yeah, that's one of the back when I was cussing. That's another time that helped me think clearly about the words I use.
Word. There's a lot there. There's a whole lot there that I could parse. All right. The first thing I'll say is,
let's address our comment. Candy was like, as mom told me in this past weekend, what's done in the dark will come to the light. And yeah,
indeed, that is 100% in the Bible as well.
Like, yeah.
So,
have at it.
All right. So it sounds like you didn't even finish because it sounds like there was no actual like conflict, right? So it sounds like the story could have gotten like you left it off. Honestly, you never said if there was anybody that clashed in any of that. But either way, I love the fact that you
me saying tell him.
Yeah.
But
the women were never an issue, right?
Oh no. I was actually skipping over that on purpose, but no, there didn't. That part didn't happen because there was no fight.
You ain't gotta give us none of the details. I was just asking if the women.
No fight, no altercation, no.
All right, cool. So that's a good lesson for all of us to learn, which is you could stress about things and then they could never come to pass. And then you just have you to blame for your emotions. And then the beginning part of that was the fact that you had an actual surprise party. I've never had a surprise party. I've never had anybody try to surprise me. I've never had that. And the funny thing is, I love your family. I love your support system. I've gotten to see it now from like various angles. Mm-hmm. But like it's cool how you guys come together and support each other, and it's also very, very cool how you guys like really like dig in when it comes to the whole legacy. But I feel like surprise parties are selfish as all get out. Like I feel like they're literally just for them to feel like, oh, let's see his reaction, haha, you know. But
Yeah.
that's
After that, that's how
another
I
thing.
felt.
But I think it was really cool that you shared that you had like this whole emotional, like overwhelming thing after you were already like at another emotional state. And like you went all the way from here to all the way there, and you like really appreciated everybody showing up for you. And then like literally a couple seconds after that, you see something that you're not supposed to see. So now you're horrified and like, oh man, now you're like, and then you're like, oh, I'm threatening my family. And then you got no respect for G mom. I don't know how y'all go, Nana, grandma, whatever. Everybody got something different. I say my mom, but yeah, you got no respect for my mom. And then my mom sends your brother out, like, yo, go check this boy. He like, no, I ain't gonna check him. I'm gonna wreck him. And then when he get out to you, you just that was a good story, man. Thank you.
Listen, and the crazy part, all of it is
You left out the ending as well, which is the best part. We got other days.
I blacked out drunk. I blacked out.
Oh, word. That's good. It
Yeah,
could have been worse.
They took me home. I woke up in my bed with a okay, so I will tell y'all this part. So at some point during all of this drinking, right? Mind you, I said my kid's mom, which means my kids are present, right? Side John is very interested in, you know, this is young, this is early 20s and whatnot. These rules and regulations are not as clear as I thought. So I happen to have my daughter in my hands. I'm talking to Side John. My kid's mother approaches, and I'm drunk. Remember, I'm already drunk. I'm hammered. I'm wasted. Matter of fact, my kid's mom approached because I was tossing my daughter in the air drunk. So she, you know, every right to come get her child.
How old was the child that you was throwing around?
Like 2.
Okay, so the child was loving it. The child was completely
having a great time.
Yeah, it was consensual. If minors could consent, that would be a clear case of it.
Yeah. Right. So she his mom walks over to get her child from me. I'm like, oh man. All right. So I know you don't like her, and I know y'all don't get along, but can y'all get along? Like, mind you, they didn't, not to my knowledge anyway, they didn't do anything, they didn't have any interactions. But once they were both in my face at the same time, while I was under the influence of that ever so good alcohol, like, yeah, I know you don't like her and all of these things and whatnot, but she wouldn't know. Can she hold the baby for a second? It would make me happy on my birthday if you let her hold the baby for a second. Blasey,
oh, you was a real drunk that
yeah,
day.
I was.
You was bold. You was like, you know what? I don't got no logic, and I want you all to see it.
Yeah, no, I if for nothing else, you are familiar with the more calm and collected person I've become. But if nothing else, I had audacity and boldness in my 20s. If I ain't had nothing else, I had all the audacity, all of it. Like I wasn't sharing any of it with anybody who needed audacity. Go get your own, because I had all of it.
Wow, that's alarming.
So yeah, I did all of that. I had my side John hold my child, and then my kid's mom took my child, went. I think Side John left shortly after that, because I guess I made it awkward. I don't know. And then I proceeded to get blackout drunk.
Word. And shortly after that, child support payments.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, throw that on top, Jerry. Jerry.
It was years later though. I'm not going to do it that dirty, but it was years later. I wonder. I don't know.
What are you wondering?
I got a song called "The Cycle" that sums up our breakup to some extent. Me and my kid's mom, or like some of the feelings around our breakup and shit.
Okay. And what are you considering?
Playing it. I don't know if the beat has any samples in it though.
Should probably be careful.
Yeah, like it probably does, but I absolutely don't know what the samples are. It's a great song though.
Word. There is always the option of reading it.
I mean, reciting it because I
Don't have to read it.
No, I don't know if I have it. I'll probably have it written down in the email, so I would have to locate it and then show it. But yeah, maybe I don't know. It depends. Is that something? Yeah, I've played it for you already, Candy. I played it for you when I came to see you. I can recite it. I still know it. I feel like it's some of my better work. But yeah, I'm also willing to just play it. Do I have it on here? That's a good fucking question.
All right. Well, whatever you do, just be decisive.
Hey man, what would you like? What would you like? Do you want to hear the song? Because if you do, then I'll make that happen.
I just want you to be happy. But no, I don't think that we should risk playing the song if it possibly has a sample in it.
I feel you.
It's not worth getting screwed on all platforms.
I mean, at one time. All right, so let's see. Cause how would I go about finding out if the beat has a sample in it? Because the person who made the beat doesn't remember.
I don't know. If it were me, I would probably upload it into some AI thing to check for it.
Okay. Let's see. All right, you say no. Okay, so I haven't been in this time.
You ever seen a student disrespect a teacher? Like in real life?
Not in real life, no. Not in real life.
That's crazy work.
Very much so.
Is that because you went to Catholic school?
No. What?
Why do you think that is then? Because I seen it.
Maybe. I mean, that might be why, but that's not. I never thought of it that way. Or maybe I didn't think they were being disrespectful. Maybe I felt like it was justified when it was happening. I don't know.
You never seen nobody call a teacher a fat B word to their face or tell them to suck their D while they did the whole D-Generation X thing and then stormed out of the room.
Yeah, not that I can recall.
For the hallway attendant to grab them.
Yeah, not that I can recall.
Yo, that's crazy. Because you know what's funny? I had that written down like as like a question to ask you, like, because I want like I'm trying to focus on people's like development a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, I'm gonna ask him when the first time he saw a student disrespect a teacher, because I remember that as a pivotal point in my life, right? But then before I asked it, like in this moment, before I asked it, I was like, yo, you was actually properly educated in like a real like sustainable like system, like a real sustainable environment. Like it was real community around you and stuff. So I'm like, you might not have ever witnessed that. So it made me change the way that I preface my question. I'm like, dang, have you ever seen that? And you went ahead and confirmed my suspicion, which is no, you never even seen it. It's just crazy. And I said, that's crazy work. That's why I reacted that way, because I was like, that's crazy work. I remember my first year at Pickett, I was starting in 5th grade. And I promise you, bro, it was about 10 or 15 minutes in the class. And one teacher was like, James, put your head up. You didn't get enough sleep last night? And he was like, suck my Miss McCoy. And he jumped up out of there and he looked like he was about to go like attack her. But he turned the other way and just walked out the room. And I was like, dang, James got a lot of stress to deal with. Like, she should have just let him sleep. And the thing is, that was every day with James. Then I seen James' mom. James' mom was hot, you know, so I don't get it. Like, she must not have the time to discipline James. And then there was another dude named Mark. He was the same exact way, but he was like one of them kids that was left back like 3 or 4 times. So a teacher would tell him something, and he would be like, you know, you should just shut the F up, right? Like, you know, you should just leave me alone. And they would really reconsider whether they should have said anything or not. And I'm like, wow, who's parenting these children? And they would be, and the parent, and like the teacher would say something like, well, Mark, you know, I'm going to let your grandmother know. She's not going to be very happy. And he'd be like, I don't give a fuck. And like, I'll be like, dang, that's crazy. I couldn't imagine, like, that was horrifying for me to imagine, like, somebody telling my parent that I remember one time I was in 2nd grade, right? And I was talking in class, and this teacher said I was disruptive. So she took me to the side and she said, why are you being continuously disruptive? And I was just like, I'm not being disruptive. And she was like, well, you obviously don't have respect for me. You keep da 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 da. And I was just like, and I started crying, my G, like 2nd grade, right? I started crying. Mm-hmm. So my mom came to school and she snapped. She was like, why you make my boy cry? What'd you say to him? Da 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 da. And all this stuff. Because when she got there, she saw my face was all swollen and, you know, tears and snot and all of that stuff. And she like, what did they do to you? And all of that. So to me, I couldn't handle the pressure, not in 2nd grade, of somebody even telling my mother that I was being disruptive, let alone, you know. And she said she was going to call my mom. She called my mom. Just fortunately, my mom got there and took my side. But I was, dude, could you imagine? No, you ain't never seen that in school. You ain't never see the students spaz out. And then, like, I did see one student actually attack a teacher, but that teacher was not having that.
I don't feel like it was memorable enough when they spaz on a teacher, because it's like I have faint memories of teachers being called bitches and shit like that, but like I don't feel like there was like a big blow up, there was a big suspension or whatever the case may be. I feel like they was in class the next day. So it's like,
so it meant nothing, huh? That didn't mean anything to you?
No. Like, if they allowed it, then who am I? Like, that's not what I'm interested in. But if they was allowing it to happen, then it happened. Like,
well,
okay.
I will tell you this. When I was in school in North Carolina, I went to school in North Carolina until like 5th grade. And I think I came back here for 5th grade. So I did half my 5th down there and half my 5th up here. Mm-hmm. I had not ever seen students cursing at teachers or disrespecting teachers to their face in my life until I got back here in Germantown. And then even though all the children down there, they was like, you know, they lived like free lifestyles, like they moved around, they was fast, like they didn't have as much parental supervision and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And like that was like a lot of the first gang experiences that I seen when I was down there. But they wasn't disrespectful to adults down there. That was not a thing. Ever.
Was our age group disrespectful to adults?
Well, I'm describing it right now. When I was in 5th grade up here, once I went to Pickett, everybody I could name to you at least 4 kids in my class that would curse out the teacher on a regular basis.
I see.
And that was just my class. And we was in actually the good part of the school, because I don't know if you know how that school was set up, but it was 4 different houses. And them kids that was in C house and D house, man, them kids, man, they was animals. They used to drag their knuckles.
Huh. I see. Okay.
That school's called Mastery now.
I know. I've done field trips for them and stuff. It still has Pickett in the name as well. It's Mastery.
I'm
Pickett.
talking to the other people.
I mean, well, I still added a little more context.
Okay.
I'll be forgetting this is for other people. Sometimes it's just it is what it is. It's me talking to my bro. I'll be right back. Water bill.
All right. Change the game, baby. So I went to that school. That was actually my first time dealing with bullying in my life. That was the first time somebody was just like, I don't like your face, and just decided to punch on it. Before that, it really came down to merit and like things we could relate on or talk about, or what we had the ability to like come to terms with. Like, oh, you like Jax? I like Jax. I got Pogs, you got Pogs. But when I got to pick it, it wasn't like that. It was like, bro, you got butt naked Tim's on, bro. Who the fuck is raising you? Sorry to curse. Or it was like, look at you with your swish swish pants. I hear you coming. Like, dog, as soon as I got to pick it, it was different. Like, these kids was real grown. They was real grown. Matter of fact, it was Shanika and it was Monique. And they didn't care what they was saying to the teacher either. They was just wilding out too. And they was like, we had swimming class, so we had locker rooms and stuff. So, you know, I don't want to talk about that part. But the fact is, when I got here, it was a culture shock because it was a bunch of people who was like, they seemed to act like they was way older than me, and their concerns was all about, you know, external and like what kind of clothes you had on, and they was listening to the music and they was cursing and they was doing all that stuff. And me, I was cursing, but I was like cursing under wraps to only the closest of my homies. You know what I mean? When I knew nobody could hear me. And then like, I wasn't really worried about the fashion. I was wearing what my mom put on me, but I only cared about the shoes really because I was watching hoops. So I had my players that I cared about. And then like, for the most part, I wasn't even listening to hip hop. I was listening to Q102 back in the day. Like I was listening to like when I was like 7, 8, 9, 10, like all those ages, I was listening to like pop music. Like I was listening to like, you know, the Offspring and like Blink 182 and like whatever they was playing on radio, on regular pop radio. And then later on, like Q102 late nights, they had that club shit going on. Mm-hmm. Sorry to curse. So it was like, you know, be my lover, won't you be my lover, won't you? All night long, bro. I'll be listening to that. Because I was insomniac when I was a kid.
Word.
I would literally count bottles of beer on the wall or sheep.
Interesting. So, Pickett fucked you up as a kid. Are you going to sue them niggas?
I'm not sure if I can do that.
Oh, okay.
If I could, I would. But, you know, school, I feel like everybody should have to go through that a little bit. Because once I left there, I went to another place that was like kind of in the middle. It was like I didn't see those things on a regular basis.
Right.
And if I did, it was coming from like people who we all knew was crash outs. Like we might have had like 2 crash outs in class and we all knew that dude was a crash out. So it was like, that is what that is. He's going to do that. He might even not even show up to school for the next 3 weeks. You know, like if he come back, we're going to be happy. Like, oh, welcome back, you know. But
I always thought that shit was like a movie/TV thing. I didn't know, like, I know it's supposed to be based on real life, but I never saw it as that. I never saw it as the art imitating life. I thought it was just a narrative they wanted to tell for their movie or for their TV show.
In seventh grade, me and my one boy, we had a homie who we like one of these kids. We knew he was a crash out. He was about maybe 3 or 4 years older than us, but would not tell us that shit. Sorry to curse. And then he actually one day he had a coloring book. He was like flipping through it, and we started making fun of him for it. And he was like, "Yo," he was laughing and stuff, but then he was like, "Yo, I don't like that though. I don't like it." And we was like, all right, whatever. Like we continued to make fun of him for it, but then we was like, all right, you know what? Like he likes us. Like that's our homie. Like we got cool with him. Like, you know what I mean? Like we actually developed a little friendship with him. But then that nigga not come to school for like 2 months after that, bro. And I am not exaggerating. I was talking to my homie the other day about it, and I was like, yeah, remember boy didn't come to school for like 3 weeks or whatever? He was like, man, it felt more like 2 months. I'm pretty sure it was like 2 months he didn't come to school. Because what's the name was saying they was calling his parents because we was asking about him. Like that was crazy. So he showed up back to school, all fresh face, different outfit, different shoes, and all that. And we was like, "Dad, where was you at?" And he was like, "White boy too." He was like, "None, just chilling with my niggas." That was his answer, and that was our friend. Shout out to that boy.
Yeah. Story accepted. Fuck. So.
Oh yeah, wanna be my lover. Oh yeah, wanna be my lover. You remember that song?
I have no idea what you're singing.
Wanna be my lover.
Is that Spice Girls?
No, but they used to come on too. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. Why don't you tell me what you want, what you really, really want? I wanna. I can't do it alone, man. If I do it alone, it's awkward. You just sit there and look at me like with your mouth open. That's weird. Like,
yeah, no, I was trying to catch the cadence, etc. But I'm like I don't actually know the words besides the part he just said.
If you want to be my lover, gotta get with my friend.
Yeah,
make it last forever, cause friendship never ends. Yes. You can ad lib, absolutely, you can. All right.
But at that pace she was going, I wasn't able to catch nothing.
That's the pace of the song. I wasn't.
It was a little bit faster. UQ 102 did a little bit.
I don't know. I'm not gonna argue.
I'm not gonna say it was drastic, but I remember being able to sing along a little bit, and I always spoke slowly.
Okay, I got you. Would you ever have a gangbanger girlfriend?
No.
Why?
Because once I found out how violent that she's prone to violence, I'm pretty sure I want to get the fuck up out of there.
What if you could save her though?
Why would I be so naive to think that I could save someone?
Because you're special.
I am in fact special. And with that special knowledge, I know that I ain't saving nobody. It gotta be something they want to do. If they want to do that, all right, cool. Probably still wouldn't date them, but I would at least be that beacon to get them to better situation of life.
Okay, so let's say you were dating a girl and you found out later on she was in a gang, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you just gonna like just straight up end it, or like how you approach that? Because like you like this girl, like you absolutely like this girl, and everything's just going right. It's just like
everything going right. It's like I don't know. I'm like, all right, look, I probably could be your friend, but I don't think our paths align. Like I honestly don't think I'm not saying that it could never happen, but I on a personal, I can't envision any situation where I would end up dating an active gang member. Like a gang member, like for me to not know that they don't have work or anything, I don't see myself dating somebody without a job.
What if it's MS-13 though?
I don't know shit about MS-13.
All right, what if she's a blood? Does that help?
Right. Okay. So is there what I'm saying? Like,
is there any gang you would be more partial to?
No.
Oh.
Like, what if she like my understanding of gang shit is you got to do some illicit shit. You gotta be willing to do shit at any moment and whatnot. And it's like I'm not living that way. So if we want to,
what if she's like a shot caller though? Like, what if she's already like reached like already like up there?
So then she wouldn't have a job, which would make her less attractive to me.
What you mean she wouldn't have a job? Her job is to run shit. Sorry to curse.
Yeah. That's not a job to me. That is organizations. That's not a job. She's not paying taxes.
Man, you shallow. You shallow.
Absolutely. I say that time and time again. because like I started saying that honestly based off of appearance, right? Like people used to be like, would you date an ugly girl? I'm like, no. No, that's so shallow. Nigga, how? How is that shallow? Like, you dating ugly people? Yeah, I like them for their personality. Then go find some ugly person and make them feel better. Why is you taking up this person that is clearly attractive when you willing to date ugly people? What well, it ain't gotta be like that. I just like this. No. Go do that unshallow thing. Because
how you gonna acknowledge that somebody is ugly and then say, yeah, I like them for their personality? Like I personally seek out ugly people because they got better personalities than people who are not ugly. That was a hell of a stance to take.
Look, if that's your thing, go for that. But don't come at me about it. Once like it's all fine, it's all good until you bring that shit over here. And they just happen to be the person to bring that shit over here. Like I have no opinion about who you dated until you started talking to me about it. That's real life. So now until you started talking to me about it, I'm like, cause like it could have been the situation. It's like, oh well, I could clearly see you don't care if they're ugly. Because that is very much in my response repertoire. As long as it's honest, I'm gonna say it. But don't bring that shit over here if you're not ready for whatever I might say to you.
I didn't say anything about ugly people, for the record. I love ugly people. I don't even think anybody's ugly. I think if God made you that way, then you're beautiful. Yeah.
I'm not as friendly in the matter. All right, ugly might be a bad word, but there's plenty of unattractive people out here that I do not wish to spend time with.
And that's a completely subjective term.
Well, I'm not going to edit the way I talk, so it's plenty.
No, you don't have to edit the way you talk, but I'm just letting you know that you said unattractive, and unattractive is subjective. They can be attractive to moths, they can be attractive to mosquitoes, they can be attractive to other guys that aren't you. So that's what makes it subjective. So therefore, it's okay if you're not attracted to that person, but that doesn't make them ugly. But like you said, unattractive. That's a good term.
Yeah, I went away from the term ugly.
I know. No, I'm not correcting you. I'm literally affirming everything you just said.
Yeah. But yeah, there's plenty of unattractive people out here. You just choose to deal with the ones. You might be one of the few people on earth who don't find people unattractive, but for the rest of us commoners, we find people unattractive.
I mean, everybody's got a different strengths they bring to the table, and all of it, like, they're not all built for sex.
I didn't make it a sexual thing.
No, I'm just stating that. I didn't say you did. I'm just going ahead and go out on a limb and say everybody is not built to penetrate them. So therefore, with that said, we all got qualities, you know.
I don't know where you go with this one this time.
I was done.
Yeah,
I was completely done.
Yeah, no, I still stand by. We all find some people unattractive. And that's okay.
You ever listen to Aesop Rock?
No, unless you're shortening his name, and then yes.
Aesop Rock?
Aesop Rock. No, I don't know what Aesop Rock is.
Oh, he's a rapper. Okay. Sorry, you're the things you don't know, so sometimes it's surprising to me.
All right. Sound like he was like was he a big rapper? Like what's a notable song?
Doesn't even matter. I think it's probably before your time. I'm gonna just chalk it up to that.
Okay. I mean, that's fair.
So you want to play a game of Properly Rated?
Of course I do.
All right. Let's go. All right, I'm going to start with some ones that seem pretty easy, but we'll see what they seem like.
Ben Simmons.
I feel like he's overrated.
Still to this day.
Yes. The fact that he's still coming up, even if it's not officially in talks, but I don't know, like, if he's still coming up in talks, and his name is still related to the Sixers. So, yeah, I feel like he's overrated. He had his time here. He did what he did with it. He moved on and didn't really play again. So I'll leave it at that. The fact that he's still coming up in conversation when I haven't seen him actually play basketball since he left the Sixers is crazy.
You weren't watching. You don't watch professional sports.
I've seen him suit up a couple of times, but like he didn't go through the full season. He didn't have a full season. He hasn't won any awards since he left the Sixers. He wasn't really hooping. He didn't do anything to garner any of this conversation.
He hasn't moved the needle. Oh no, he did. He stole about $87 million from my fucking organization sorry for cursing.
Yeah, so yes, he's absolutely overrated because he still enters conversations. There's other busts that we can talk about. We don't have to keep talking about this guy in particular. Yeah, the ceiling was high. It's a lot he could have did to fix it. It's a lot of things he could have did to make it happen. But the fact that there's still conversations happening around him, that man is overrated.
Okay. I accept that. That sounds very passionate as well. I really appreciate how engaged you are in the moment. How about salt and vinegar chips?
Overrated, because like, why are you putting those things together? That's funny. I was my cat was about to walk in the room when I went to the bathroom. And it's like, nah, I'm gonna chill out here. That was definitely
she been here the whole time. She was over there fucking. Sorry to curse. She was over there like laid out, full like spread eagle, just comfortable as you could be.
They like to mess with each other, so it's like, all right, I let them do that out there. But sometimes she'll come watch anime with me in my room. So it depends on what she want to do.
Yeah, she runs the show, even though she got no right. But salt and vinegar chips, you said?
Yeah, I don't think that's a good flavor combo, honestly. And the fact that they have not gone out of business, and I don't hear other people complaining about them. And I didn't complain about them as a kid. I'm only complaining about them as an adult.
You ain't never been hanging out with the kid who goes to the store and gets the salt and vinegar chips?
I was the kid.
Oh, okay, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Why? What's up with you?
That's the point I'm getting at now. That's the point I'm getting at now. It's overrated. Like, I don't know why I didn't tell other people that it wasn't good, and other people used to get them. The fact that it is, I don't know. I just think they should be shunned, and they're not.
You know what? Have you ever had any of those like everything chips or those like super flavor chips that they make, like them hood brands that be making them Johns?
Maybe. Let's assume yes. I don't know.
Okay, well, I've copped a couple different brands of them, but they're like super flavor, like extra flavor. They'll say extra flavor on the bag. All right, ow. They'll say extra flavor on the bag, and they'll have like salt and vinegar as like the base, but then they'll throw a bunch of other stuff on top of there. But as you know, like vinegar is the base for like a lot of hot sauce and stuff. So like if you're gonna get hot sauce stuff, like, but yeah, salt and vinegar is the base for a lot of different flavors of other chips. Like there's like ranch chips and like zesty this and ketchup chips and all of that stuff. And there's always a hint of like the vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's kind of essential in a sense. Like I never paid not a dime for a salt and vinegar chip in my life. And when a person hung out with me and they copped salt and vinegar chips, I judged them in my mind. And when they offered me a chip, I always said, no, thank you. So, and I wanted chips. I'd take some chips. If they was sour cream and onion, I would have took them. If they was sour cream and cheddar, I would have took them. If they was regular, I would have took them. If they was barbecue, I would have thought about it and still took them. But salt and vinegar, nah, never once in my life. Sorry, that I had to get passionate about that one.
I appreciate that.
Devontae Smith.
Properly rated. Yeah. That's
Did we
good
catch
people
one
right there.
that early? We caught one. Ding 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 ding. Ding
Yeah,
ding
properly
ding ding
rated.
ding.
That boy just want to play football, and I'm happy that's what he wanted to do because he's good at it, and he does that for us.
He also has a great personality, and he's also he's got that southern drawl that's like artistic, and it's very like when he speaks, it's like poetic. It's beautiful, and he sounds like a man of principle from the things he says and the way he says those things. Because I watch a lot of post games and the pressers. Speaking of which, we have a game on Saturday. Ha ha ha! Let's go. Go Birds. Yeah. We have a lot of like post games and things, and they'll ask him certain questions, and he'll look them in their face and be like, "They ain't got nothing to do about football. You see me running my routes out there? You know what I'm saying?" And like, I respect that dude, man. I really respect that dude. You feel like he properly rated? You don't feel like he underrated though? Like, you don't feel like he really going to like have a breakout season this season and like show us something that he hasn't had a chance to show us before?
I honestly feel like people are expecting that. I feel the reason why I say properly rated because he's loved, the love that he works hard at what he does. People are aware of his talent, and they are going to game plan to try and stop him. So he's very much a big part of our offense, which makes him properly rated. He can prove to be underrated, but as it stands right now, with him starting as wide receiver 1 this year, properly rated. But he can prove to be underrated or overrated. It could go either way, but right now it's the ball is in his court. The spotlight is on him. He's getting his just desserts. He scored his touchdown in the Super Bowl. He's accomplished some things for our team. So he is absolutely properly rated.
Okay. Nice. Usopp.
Underrated. People always talking about how he running away and how he's scared of things and whatnot. He the only one to square up with Luffy. First of all, he the only one to square up with Luffy, and not for nothing, Luffy had to really fight back and whatnot. It wasn't no cakewalk. Also, he doesn't have no devil fruit. That is a normal human being living in that world, and he's out there doing amazing things. He's inventing shit because that fucking staff
Zoro don't
Nami
got no devil fruit. Sanji don't got no devil fruit. Nami don't got no devil fruit. Shout out to him for making the staff and Nami. That was cool. But that joint actually got her into problems, just like it got her out of problems. Doing some real stuff.
Time out. You didn't ask about those people. You asked about Usopp.
No, I know, but you just said it like everybody. You said he's living in that world, but
yeah,
like
but them
literally
having fruits,
5 out of 6 of the people there are living in that world without devil fruit.
But it has nothing to do with Usopp. If you want to make it a collective thing and we could rank them, cool.
You said the world. You brought the world up. That world.
Yeah, and he living in a world with devil fruits. We're not asking about how it affect other people. We talking about Usopp. Like, if you wanted to make, we didn't ask how the world feel. We just say he's living in that world.
Okay.
So bringing them up don't got shit to do with nothing.
Are you caping for Usopp? I got you.
Listen,
I thought you was going to be able to show a little bit of objectivity and.
Oh no, it's a little bit. It's a little bit, but this is some of the things you gotta remember. These fights it's not even like he out here getting mopped all the time and nothing like that. He's in these fights. He is doing what he can do to support his captain. It's not like he might not want to fight, but when it come down to it, he's the one shooting these, and he's accurate with it. Sniper King. Don't forget that. That's a title he actually earned. Don't disrespect his bounty. Come, if we're going to talk about it, we're going to talk about it. Usopp has put work in. For those of you who've made it to Dressrosa, you know that's God Usopp. That's not just Usopp. That's God Usopp. When he was Soga King, you seen his bounty. These things. Usopp has put in plenty of work. He just doesn't want to get caught doing that shit. It's like the shit is scary. It's scary being out there with a Yonko, with a fucking emperor of the sea. but he still do that shit, and he wouldn't change nothing for the world. So I'm just saying, my man is underrated. You need to put some more respect on his name. He's uplifting his other crewmates and doing other
He
things.
was like, I wasn't crying. I wasn't running away. I was strategizing.
Literally. Green Star.
You got any properly rated candidates you'd like to intersperse into this mix?
I probably had one before you set me off with Usopp.
That was not my intention, dude. I was just trying to switch it up because I didn't want it to be really sports based.
No, it started good, but then you wanted to like make an argument for the other characters, and I'm like, wait, this don't got nothing to do with them. Like,
you sound like I said. You think I sound like you sound like I said properly rated your mother. Like you took this shit personal. You took it all the way home.
That's my guy. That's the number one cosplay I like to do. I'm gonna say it's the number 2. Chef from South Park is number 1. I feel like I get a lot of love as Chef from South Park, and yeah, but Usopp is like one of the more fun ones, and yeah, that's so he's my favorite Straw Hat.
Okay. I mean, it's funny that you say he's your favorite Straw Hat, but it's like, is there other people on that show that are not Straw Hats that are your favorites that exceed your favoritism toward Usopp?
Nobody sees favoritism towards Usopp, but my favorite
Usopp
on Straw Hat, we got Marco, we got Bon Clay. What happened?
Who's that dude who does the ballet?
Bon Clay.
You like that guy?
Yeah,
that's your man's.
Yeah, he's very cool.
Okay,
we got Sabo, who's cool as shit. Like, I fuck with Sabo. Definitely fuck with Sabo.
I used to like Buggy.
Yeah, Buggy the Clown. He's amusing. He's still amusing this deep into the show.
Nice. Oh, I haven't seen him in a long time, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm fully caught up. That's why I was letting you know. I still find him amusing when he comes across the screen.
Okay. Go ahead. Give me some candidates then. We still talking about One Piece.
Yeah, so the non-Straw Hats, I like Puddin'. For those of you who know who that is. So if you cosplay Puddin', holla at me. I'm down. I'm down to match up. Barto. Barto is a great non-Straw Hat.
Bertha?
Huh? No, it's Bartholomew, but like I guess with a Japanese twang on it, so it's like Bartolomeo or something like that. So I just shortened it to Barto, Barto. Yeah, him. Carrot is a non-Straw Hat that a lot of people love. Matter of fact, I have a Funko Pop of Carrot. I don't feel like taking. Hold on, I'll get it in a moment. Oh shit! I almost bought another. I already have that Funko Pop. I almost bought it again today. I definitely need to look at shit before I buy it. I almost bought something. I have it. It's up there on the shelf already.
Do you feel like
I'm garnering
One Piece is properly rated?
Say it again.
Do you feel like One Piece is properly rated?
Actually, I do. I do, because it is a big task to take on. So I understand why people are afraid of it. It's a lot of people who the only thing they care they complain about as far as starting One Piece, the animation, when they're referencing the older animation. With so many episodes, that's really not a thing, because if you watch Bleach or Naruto, you've watched either as many or close to as many. If you watch Naruto up until now Boruto, you've watched the same amount of episodes, so you can't give me that. It's no, like, the character development, you really get emotional. Like, you can really get emotional watching One Piece. And hey,
no, I cried.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's a
Like
legit thing. It's animated, but
it was
it's
one episode
animated
where
in
they
a form
all
to invoke emotion. And
no, they all rode for what's her name once they found out she was a princess or whatever.
Vivi,
Yeah, they all rode for Vivi and they was like, you know, boys was coming to get her and they had like they had held off on the boat or whatever and they was trying their best like to do what they could do. But then it came down like, all right, she gotta go. You know, she the queen. She gonna be what she gonna be. And they was like, all right, we're gonna get out of here because we're gonna get arrested if we stick around. We can't let it know that it was us. We can't let it be known that it was us. We can't really take credit for it. You know what I mean? But when they rolled out, they all threw up the hand sign or whatever.
yeah,
And I was like, oh shit. And they all had like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I dropped a tear. I ain't gonna lie. That was hardcore. They wrote for their homie. And I was like, yo, man. Cause this boy Luffy, he was like, nah, bro, she one of us. Like, whatever happened to her is about to happen to us.
real shit. I feel like C Murder wrote that song for Luffy.
Ride for my nigga. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck the money.
Ride for my yeah.
Yo, you know what's funny? I actually, to be honest, I kind of heard that song in my head when that scene was playing. Like, to me, what you just said,
those scenes.
what you just said, that was not far fetched. That wasn't even like, to me, like jokey. Like, that was like, yo, that's you right. You absolutely right. And then at that moment, I understood why everybody was so drawn to it. All right, can we get back to properly rated though? Because I'm tired of glazing this effing series.
Oh, I guess. I mean, I'm always going to talk about one.
I was asking you that. I know, and we can do this some other time. So I was asking you about something that you properly rated, that you any candidates for properly rated that you might have had. Then you told me that I triggered you with Usopp, and then I was like, okay. And then you continued to talk about more people from One Piece.
Oh yeah. So, have you seen Hunter x Hunter?
Yes.
Properly rated?
No. Underrated. 100% underrated. Because there's two series. There's two entirely different series, right? And then like there's absolutely lore about like how they were both developed, because there's differences, but subtle differences. They're both developed off of the manga, but they are also both independently developed by different people who interpreted the manga their own way. So they got highlights in each one that have been done better, done worse, and there hasn't been any attempt for anybody to like meld them or mesh them together or make a super series that incorporates both of the viewpoints. So therefore, I think until that happens, it's always going to be underrated because most people aren't going to watch both.
Word. Okay, I fuck with it. Breaking Bad.
How you feel about it?
Hey, it's my turn to ask the questions. I mean, I could give feedback. Are you talking about Hunter x Hunter or Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, no, you gotta go first. That's why you told me to pose the question.
I never watched it, so I don't think I'm not qualified to speak on it.
I feel like it's an amazing show. It's an amazing show. It's going to get these emotions going. It's going to make you feel feels. And I do think people revere it as such, which makes it properly rated. You go through these emotions of this regular ass teacher man doing these things, and then it's like he's using his skills as a teacher to be this big ass drug dealer, and it's just like it almost feels believable. It almost feels like a true story, and that is why it's properly rated. Let's see. Joe Burrow.
I'm pretty sure you already know. This isn't even a challenge. Overrated.
All right, tell them why.
Because people still compare him to my Jalen Hurts. Because he hasn't played any complete seasons. Because they still talk about him in national media on a regular basis. He's still up there in that top 5 quarterback category. He hasn't won anything.
Okay. What else?
He's like glass. I like I said, I don't anticipate him winning anything, but they still talk about him as if he's capable of it. However, you know what's crazy about this whole football thing? I feel like almost every quarterback in this league is overrated that is white. And I also feel like every quarterback in this league is overrated that is not Jalen Hurts, because unfortunately, I am biased and I come from the city where Jalen Hurts plays at and won a Super Bowl at and took a town to 2 Super Bowls at and got the Super Bowl MVP at and continues to put up wonderful numbers. And if you compare him to early Tom Brady, he blows him out of the water. His actual ball, listen to me, his ball knowledge out of this world. You can see him talking to John Gruden on the QB camp, early career stuff, way before he is who he is now. So he developed into even more than that. On top of that, his ball control out of this world. He don't turn the ball over, bro. You know how many seasons he put up less than 10 turnovers? And nobody cares. He's running over you. He's throwing it over your head. He is attacking you however we need to have him attack you. But you know what they want to talk about every day? Oh, he just comes out of the shotgun. He's never under center. Who cares if we're winning Super Bowls, bro? Did you see how we dominated the effing Chiefs? Did you see how that happened? Did you see how that went down? They had nothing. They had nothing. They could do nothing. There was nothing they could do against us. But at the end of the day, they still going to sit here and tell us, oh, yeah, Jalen Hurts, you know, if he didn't have that system around him, you know, da-da-da-da-da. Oh, you know, Jalen Hurts, you know, he's not that accurate, you know, honestly. Like, he doesn't air the ball out. Oh, you know, Jalen Hurts, he's really a run-first guy. Like, he's really, he depends on his athleticism, honestly. You know, Jalen Hurts, well, we'll see what he does without that receiver. You know, the receiver who wasn't even playing hard every game, the receiver who was actually sabotaging us half the games. Word. Okay, I got you. Word. We'll see what he does without that offensive line. Okay, them boys was injured half the season too. Come on, bro. You got anything else? I'm sorry.
I'm cracking up. Because like,
I ain't talking no football in a long time, so I had a little bit of.
Listen, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. However, you gotta. I just wanted you to bring it back home about Joe Burrow. Like I was loving all the Jalen Hurts support. I'm here for it.
Listen,
I'm here
that's true
for
politics. That's true politics. You ask me about football, I'm gonna tell you about football. You ask me about quarterbacking, I'm gonna tell you about good quarterbacking. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That's proper. No, they still compared them. They came out similar times. Obviously, Joe was like bam. Obviously, Jalen was second, third round type ish. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? We took receivers over top of Jalen that same draft year. You get what I'm saying, bro? Like, he wasn't supposed to be who he is right now. And they're still putting him down. We still got Dan Orlovsky talking about he'll take 4 or 5 other guys over Jalen Hurts. And those 4 or 5 other guys have not won playoff games, have not gone to Super Bowls, have not put up the numbers, the actual numbers. Like, his combined yardage is ridiculous. You know why? Because he can run. But nobody cares. Like, they don't think that that's a thing. Like, they're like, say, for instance, Jalen puts up, I don't know, 1,200 air yards and 800 ground yards. But some other guy puts up 1,700 air yards and no ground yards. They're like, oh, Jalen, he's not really airing the ball out like he could be. Like, you know what I mean? He's not really a threat deep. And it's like, bro, are you serious? If you could get it both ways, would you not get it both ways? Or are you stupid? You are stupid. You think in a box, you stupid person. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, like I said, I am here for it. A-okay with that.
So that's what I'm talking about. Where you see Joe running at? Joe's a great leader. I love Joe's leadership. honestly, I'm not going to slander Joe's leadership. I'm not going to slander Joe's heart because he wants to be out there. He will fight through a lot of injuries, which is unadvised. Honestly, he did that and it messed him up. But if we're going to be real, bro, like, come on, man. You could put up 1,700 yards, but if you're not running, bro, what are you doing? If you a statue in a pocket, what are you doing, bro? We got dynamic football being played here in Philadelphia. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know that.
They don't know how to stop us here in Philadelphia because we doing all types of stuff here in Philadelphia. But I'm just saying, in Cincinnati, I don't know what they're doing out there. So, yeah, I landed it. You wanted me to land it? I landed it. We can move on now.
Okay. The only part you forgot, because, like, and a comparison piece that helped is Joe got motherfucking Jamar Chase. Yeah,
he got weapons.
Yeah, he has big weapons. We had to acquire some weapons over time. But
no, he don't just got Chase. He got the other ball too, though.
T. Higgs.
Yeah, T. Higgins. Yeah, dog. Yeah. Like he got weapons, and then they always been running over there. They never not ran over there.
Running back has been nice too. So I thought that was going to come up in your comparison piece on how.
No, I don't have to.
I know it don't have to. I just said I thought it was going to
because honestly, the reason I ain't bring it up is because the organization is actually a strike. Whether he got a weapon or two here and there, he don't got no line. So, like that's really what hurts him. And a lot of people aren't going to acknowledge the fact that. Well, I think the fact is they actually over acknowledge the fact that he has no line, and then that's why they keep giving him all of these excuses and bailing him out. But it's real though. You take a young quarterback and you put him in an organization with no history, no history of winning, no real notable coaches or GMs or anybody like that who done anything in their career, and then like this is the best part, right? Mm-hmm. No offensive line. He ain't gonna last that long. He's just gonna be taking sacks and he's gonna be playing sub 10 games a season on average.
Yep.
So I mean, on the other side, I am being fair. Like he's in a bad situation, but
listen, I love to hear it. I love this. This was good. That was good. That was the same energy I gave you for Usopp.
Yeah, I'm a little biased. But I brought up Hurts though. That's the crazy part. I needed to get that off my chest. Pause.
Yeah. No, that was a good one. All right. So how do we feel about
are you thinking? Because I got
rap tandem.
Go who?
Big Timers rap tandem. Manny Fresh and Baby.
Just by themselves, yeah, I know. They're great. They got more hits than you or I will ever have. They got more hits than some of the people that.
So the question is properly over under rated.
DJ Manny, Brett, get rich. Well, it's funny because it's hard to like separate and differentiate just those two from the entire label or the other poppin' artists on the label, and then Manny himself being a co-contributor. Actually, Baby being the founder of the label, but Manny himself being a contributor to all the other artists on the label and the things that he brought to the table. So as a tandem, I think they're overrated probably than just those two. No, I think they're properly rated. Nobody cares and nobody should care. That's what I feel. Okay, that's how I feel.
Ew, I think they're underrated.
You cop the album that you want to share or something?
I did cop their I forget the name of it.
That's why you're biased. All right. So what's the name? You forgot the name of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Probably got something to do with money. I guarantee you.
I'm gonna assume it was called Big Timers. I'm gonna assume that.
You think it was Big Timers by the Big Timers?
Yeah, something like that. But it's a
self-titled debut album.
Yeah, something like that. But all right, so Manny Fresh being or having a hand in most of these beats and giving us fire verses is like his verses was fire. I'm not going to say there was anything of northern persuasion with all the entendres and stuff, but I feel like he definitely sold records.
I feel like you got to prove stuff like that when you say stuff like that. I don't think I'm allow that to just fly by. Like I'm listen, bro. We have been breaking down songs for weeks.
We good.
Rows.
Let's see.
So you can't just tell me that Manny was dropping hot verses without giving me one punch. Yes, so that's what you say. What did you say then?
Hold on.
If you ain't say that,
I almost interrupted you, but I was stopping. But it had hit Still Fly. He's like, Still Flies. Oh yeah, I got swine on the seats. Oh yeah, it's when he falls on the feet. Oh yeah, that man, he was killing that shit.
You said hot verses, bro.
That was. I just named one, and the other one is Still Fly. Gator booze with the pimped out Gucci suit. That song, he got hot verses.
Okay. So you gonna pull up a hot verse, or are we just gonna give him credit for hooks that you just gonna sing? Because you're singing hooks right now, and I'm cool with that. But you're gonna have to show me a daggone verse that Manny Fresh himself. You can have one. You can have one good punchline in a verse. I'm gonna give you one good punchline. I think every rapper should have one good punchline in a verse. I think you should have one quotable as a rapper. I feel like that's the minimum, personally. But if you're gonna tell me that the boy got hot verses,
hold on, I got you. Have you ever seen crocodile seats in the truck? Turn around and sit it down and let them bite your butt. See the steering in the wheel. Yeah, see the steering in the wheel is Fendi, dashboard Armani. With your baby mama players, where you can find me. Cruising. Hold on, where I lost my. There we go. Cruising through the parking lot on 24's Cadillac Escalade with the chromed out nose, with a navigation arrow headed straight to your spot. Where your wife really loved me because the sex is so hot. Put the caddy up, start the 3-wheel bends. Hyper white lights, ultraviolet lens. Suma tires, and they gotta be running flat. TV's where the horn go. Boy, can you top that? I'm gonna show you. What did he say? I'm gonna show you some shit. Rookie, press that button. The trunk went, and all of a sudden, 415s didn't see no wires. And then I heard boom from the amplifiers. That's a hot verse.
I want to say that somebody else might have wrote that verse, but I can't with confidence say that Gilly or Wayne didn't write that verse or did write that verse. So I'm not going to do that. But I will say this. That's the hit. Nigga, we all know that one.
Okay. I mean, they got a bunch of hits. So it's like, if we're going to make
big that. Timers? Just them two?
They got... All right, so we got
wait, tell me what they got. You ain't gotta like, because honestly, like I didn't think that this was a big timer song. Like, because keep in mind, wait, is Project Chick a big timer song?
That's a Cash Money
song. Roll on. See, that's what I mean. Like the line number one stunner. What? Number one stunner is a big timer song?
I wouldn't count it as one.
Gangsta Girls featuring Kells, bro.
I'm just saying, like they've done stuff to be in these conversations.
Is that everybody get your roll on? What?
Get your roll on. I believe it's on.
Everybody get your roll on. No, that's not that song. I'm thinking like I'm singing JT Money, I'm pretty sure.
No, that's Big Thomas.
No, but there could be another song called "Get Your Roll On." You know that, right? That's possible.
Yeah, but the one you were singing is the one that they did.
I don't think. You sure?
Yeah.
Bring the lyrics up.
I'm about to give you 15 seconds of that song.
No, I don't want. I said bring the lyrics up. You ain't got to play the song. Just bring the lyrics up. If it says "Everybody Get Your Roll On" in the hook, then we'll know.
I know. Oh, okay.
No, play the damn shit. No, see it. Stop cursing. What? I F these H's. Molasses, my period. Everybody get your roll on. Everybody get your MF and roll on. What? Okay, you're right. Let me see what the verses is like. They got Manny verse on there. Was he first? Like who was first? All right. I F
For
these
the
H's
whole
after
hours
was
our shows. What?
shows big
Dicks, we slang, free,
free
bitch, do your
do
thing, Benz, vets, Hummers, jets,
Jets,
Rolex,
Lex,
Mo sex,
You know what's crazy?
television, head rest, 20 inches, nothing less, every day,
He don't want to
ice
stop.
out,
He don't want to
nigga,
stop.
play,
He can't stop.
lights out, period, fresh, comma, your wife is my baby mama. God damn motherfucker. She's a good dick sucker. What the fuck? Hold on. Everybody, if get your roll on.
Okay, I'll concede that verse was one of the most influential flows of that entire time period. And if Manny Fresh, who cares if he wrote it? He delivered it. Manny Fresh was killing S back then.
Mm-hmm.
I will go ahead and concede that Manny Fresh is underrated. The Big Timers is probably underrated. But the reason I said earlier was I was like, yo, it's hard to actually differentiate what's theirs because it's a whole label, you know? And then there's a whole bunch of artists that were with them. And then they got number one stunner. What? And then they got song that's featuring Lil Wayne and Juvenile. So we sitting there like, wait, is it Juvie song? Is it Wayne's song? Or is it a Big Cash Money song? No, it's a Big Timer song. You know what I'm saying? So that makes it hard to quantify.
What song you were saying is a Big Timer song? I mean, that confused you?
It was either Stay Fly or it was either number one stunner. I'm not sure.
Stay Fly is only them two.
Go to the other
one
tab.
I think you. Baby, no, hold on. Let me see.
Just go to Big Timers again. Go to Big Timers. Just hit Big Timer songs again because they said it. They named they like top 4 songs and then it was like the 4th one. All right, Still Fly, Project B. There you go. That's a Big Timer song. I asked you that earlier.
Hold up, new tab.
But that's not the same page that we was looking at before.
It is. It's the same search results.
Wow. Dude, they are super underrated. All right. So that song is a Big Timer song featuring Juvenile and Lil Wayne, bro. So when we listen to that song, we don't know that's a Big Timer song. We like, yo, is this a Wayne song? Is this a Juvie song? Is this a Cash Money Millionaire song?
I give you the Cash Money part. I don't think we asked if it's Wayne or Juvie. I don't think that's a. I don't know. Maybe I'm more educated than the
you or
average
I. Maybe not, but your average listener definitely 100%. Your average listener is not sitting there like, yo, was this on Baller Blocking or was this on Get Off the Corner or was this on The Block Is Hot? I'm not sure. No, your average listener is not asking those questions.
I think it'll get accredited to a Cash Money song. So yeah, that song in particular, I think is definitely, or I thought. I mean, clearly, it's saying it's different. It was accredited to a Cash Money song.
That's crazy because I had that tape too.
Yeah,
Baller Blocking. I had that tape.
My cousin Carl had that, John. I used to always.
I had a
Go
cousin.
over there and listen.
I had cousins that was twins, Keith and Carl.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, shout out Keith Cozart.
Yeah, shout you out, cause oh yeah, it's definitely them too. Number one Stunner, I guess. I guess that could be a big time song because he did the beat.
Also featuring Juvenile, Lil Wayne, so therefore still confusing.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to see your POV with that. You know, I'm delving more into it because I know there's plenty of songs that I think is a what do you call a Cash Money song that might be listed big timers. And you know what? It's probably the early songs. Like looking back at it, maybe the early songs because it might have just been a formality to get them out there to introduce them to people.
What's that song? That on 22s.
Shine.
Whose song is that?
Shine.
I said, whose song is it?
Oh.
Hey, my baby mama. Because Manny's on the hook, and Manny used to kill hooks. Rose, not hummus. Who is the sign? What the fuck? I'm sorry. It's late.
Yeah, I need to be landing. I got work tomorrow.
The famous 1990s nigga. You got work tomorrow. I got work right now. All right. Who is Shine by? You have to be more specific. Lil Wayne. That's not good. The song Shine by Lil Wayne is primarily known track 2000 album Lights Out, which originally featured members of Hot Boys, Juvenile, BG, and Manny Fresh, as well as alternate version remix featuring Baby, Mac 10, and Mickey. Okay, so Jazzy Faye. Wow. That was a great song. When that song came out, I think the world was in a wonderful place when that song came out.
Yeah, I had to click it to make sure it was the right song. I ain't even gonna lie. And it is. I did not know anything about this being Lil Wayne. Like I don't recall this being on that album. I don't.
You had Lights Out?
They said Lights Out. I thought they said the Carter.
No, they said Lights Out.
Okay.
The Carter version is a different song.
Okay, no. That's what I was remembering. So that's why I had to click it. I'm like,
okay. I got you. I understand. No, so there's a Shine, right? Which is with BG, Juvie, and Manny. And then there's a Shine remix, which has Mac 10, Mickey, and Baby.
Yeah, that's
right?
a popular one. Yeah,
and that video is based off of that. And then you also have Shine, that's the one we was brought up on, which was the Carter John. Which honestly, I can't think of how it goes in my head right now because this John skirt on 22s. That's the only thing I can think of right now. I can't think of how the Carter Shine goes.
I feel like because it said Jazzy Faye, I feel like it's when I'm way more fly than you. I'll take your dime from you.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's it. I think that might be it. That's all I can do. Ooh. Let me be the one. I don't even know if I'm singing it right. Yeah.
No, you are.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the song.
That's it? All right. Yeah, no, the first one's better.
Yeah.
The other one's better. That's bold though, to sit there and name a song after your hit song on your next album. That's wild.
I don't think it was originally his song.
You think it was a jazzy song?
No, I think it was a Baby song.
You talking about the first Shine or the second Shine?
The one that we were singing. Do, 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 do.
You think that was a Baby song?
Yeah.
But it went. But the thing is, it became a hit on a Wayne album, and then Wayne dropped another album with a Shine on it. So it was still ultimately up
on the one album. Let's see. Let's.
You know what's funny? I don't fancy myself a hip hop historian. Fancy, but that's what we doing right now. We hip hop historianizing. Or historicizing. That's what we doing. You know that?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah. Like so.
So the thing about the Jazzy Joan, when you start singing it, like I'm way more fly, I knew that was him, and I knew that was the only Joan that I'm pretty sure he was on, but I just don't remember him saying Shine.
No, I don't recall them saying it in the song.
Yeah, so I was
that's
like,
one of those. How you call it? That's one of those like they name it one thing, but the name don't actually fit the song.
right, which is crazy because it seems like a reach if you're gonna have a hit song with that same name from the previous album, but now you got a new song with the same name that literally doesn't say the word that is named after. It's weird.
It's very weird. It is. It's very concerning. It's like a lack of judgment. Like one literally being a hit. Like like that song charted for sure. To go.
Oh, there was
a
video
B-cut song.
We knew the words.
Yeah. But the second one is a B-cut song. It wasn't a single.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe they did this for this exact moment. It's like gonna be some niggas up late and they're gonna be talking about our songs. We want to confuse the fuck out of them.
Wow, big timers, huh? That was a good one, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think you burnt a good 23 minutes on big timers. Properly rated, also a good segment.
Absolutely. Well, with that being said, I gotta get ready to drive to the Harris Sam's tomorrow, which isn't real long, but it's long enough. It's over there in Jersey.
Word.
So I want to thank y'all for being here. Unless you got something else to say real quick. You know, it's not all about what I want all the time.
No. I was going to go ahead and let you rock it.
All right. Well, thank y'all for being here. As always, I need y'all to go ahead and follow us. I need y'all to click like, maybe even hit that subscribe button. You know, that would be real nice. I could appreciate that. And when you do that, make sure you tell a friend about us. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend that tell a friend that ain't even got no friends so that they can make new friends and capture convos. All right. I'm your host, Practice Needed. And this is my co-host, Fancy. We still working on it. We're going to get it together.
Yeah. Every day we're going to get better. And as always, guys, like I always say, make your first impression your worst impression. It's only up from there.